You blind. Here we go. Welcome, America, all across the world. I am your boy, DC Young Fly, here on the Hawks and Friends podcast today. Our guest is East Atlanta's own lyricist, storyteller, and hip-hop trailblazer, my dog, J.I.D.G.
What's up, bro?
What's up, guys? You good?
How you doing? Good to see you, brother.
How's that? Gave me a job. Trying to get this season ticket money
like
back.
That, bro. I like you deserve it.
No
bro.
cap, man. So can you just give us a rundown on who you are, man, and what you do for a living?
Multi-talented artist, songwriter,
That right.
voice actor,
That right.
entrepreneur, realtor.
Yeah, right. Oh, talk. Don't give him too much now.
You feel me? I'm joking. But yeah, just a few things. But music is the main focus right now.
Music is the main focus, man. So you are from East Atlanta's own.
Yeah.
Break that down. Like what part of East Atlanta, man?
Zone 6. I was raised all over the east side. I stayed behind South DeKalb.
That right.
I moved from Moreland, flat shows, all the way. We even moved down to like even Stone Mountain.
That right.
A little bit of time. So it's like all over the east just because I had a big family. Like, I'm like the youngest of 7. So we kept moving, kept a steady pace with it. A lot of jobs, yeah.
They're right. But you know, the east side is a big area, man. And you know, is where we come from, it's like the music is like playing the lottery. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And
I like the way you
it is.
Keep going.
You feel me? It's like playing the lottery, and we trying to win big off of scratch offs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you're not a scratch off.
Yeah.
You a particular artist who pick specific numbers.
Yeah.
And you hit big.
Yeah.
So that means it was destined.
That's my real name. That's my first name.
See what I'm saying? We are getting good. This is the first episode, and this is on fire.
Let's
you
go,
feel me? That's your real name, Destin?
Yeah, Destin, bro.
Oh, that's what's happening. That's what's happening.
Good call.
That was good. So it's like your unique storytelling. You are a lyricist. What made you jump into the music game, and what made you go the route that you went to instead of, you know, sounding like everybody else that's from the
city? So yeah, just I guess it could be a plethora of things. You know what I'm saying? Just my love for diction, as far as like the English language, even down to Ebonics. Not down to Ebonics, but even like just the way words go. Like I always been a big fan of that. Like, and also just the outcasts and the vernacular of like a T.I. and like those type of things, even wrapped up into like a ball of like Young Thug. Just all of these type of things, the mesh that make Atlanta what it is. Because you know it's like a different thread, but everybody from the same like cloth. Like
facts. And it's hard to have your own sound.
And it's hard. So you got to find a way through it, like you said. And it's a scratch off sometimes, because sometimes you don't hit big. Right. So it's really just the work ethic behind it, because you know, hard work beat talent when talent. So I took that mindset from playing sports before, applied that to music, me falling in love with words and just trying to be as good as I can. You know what I'm saying? Studying the greats and stuff. That's how you become what you know what I'm saying, what you want to be. So I took that on full focus, and it happened.
And it did. And speaking on sports, right? And speaking on being determined and staying consistent. Yeah. And I wouldn't say consistent. I like to use the word persistent, because persistent means you are consistent during trials and tribulation. Okay. Now a lot of people like to be consistent and be complacent.
Okay. Now you're talking.
You see what I'm saying? You are a consistent, lazy person. But for you, like you said, you played sports. I played sports. And we are in Atlanta Hawks facility now.
Let's go Hawks.
And go Hawks. Yeah. And you played football.
Yeah, for sure.
For Hampton University. Yeah. First of all, you are my size.
You
maybe a little smaller than me.
Yeah.
I didn't make the team in high school.
Go ahead.
You went to college.
Full scholar, yeah.
Full scholar on the football?
Yeah.
What position?
Corner, kick return, punt return. But yeah.
So you like to hit.
Conference and all of that, yeah.
So what happened with that dream?
You know, it's really a size thing, bro. Like, coming from HBCU, I wasn't that big. And then I just really decided to play my cards into, like, my favorites. Like, what am I good at? Right. And that was just mentally more than just, like, physical strength. Right. So that's what I tried to play into. Not try to, but that's what I played into, just to try to win. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I didn't see football as being the end all to everything. I didn't see the first round.
Right.
I just was real myself. funny story. I'm gonna give you a funny story.
Give me one.
Earth Gang. When I was first,
my boy, we went to May.
Yeah, I went to Maze.
Facts.
So Earth Gang. And I was telling them, I'm like, all right, boom, boom, boom. Like, I could rap a little bit because they was already rapping in college. I could rap a little bit. They're like, cool. They was like, yeah, bro, go ahead and rap because you're not going to the league, bro. And it was that true. You know what I'm saying? But as some homeboy, on your homeboys, like, they tell them, bro, you ain't going to the league. It's cool. Just
rap.
over here.
You better at rapping.
And it was true. You know what I'm saying? It turned out to be my wife. You know what I'm saying? Football, my first love, but music turned out to be my wife because you don't always marry your first love.
So talk about that for people who only got one dream.
Yeah.
Who only got one goal.
Eggs in the basket.
Literally ain't got no eggs in the basket.
No, yeah.
They cooking one scrambled egg, gang. They got one egg, gang. They got one egg.
Yeah.
How was that transition from saying, all right, football my first love.
Yeah.
I got a scholarship. I'm really here. I just got to get to the next level. But the love ain't there no more.
Dream deferred type
I'd rather do
situation.
this.
Yeah.
How do you transition from saying, I hate this rough, to me like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let me just be me and be comfortable in my skin.
Yeah. That come in like a couple of mediums. Mine was like, it come by like the fire to force.
Right.
I was forced out of school. I got kicked out.
Right.
I'm from, you know.
I know what's going on.
You know what I'm saying?
We blessed.
Okay. But that was the situation that happened. I got kicked out of school and it forced me into, okay, you got to figure this out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's another route. It was something else that's supposed to be going on right here that you're not figuring out. Mm-hmm. So I took the alternative route to doing the music. You know what I'm saying? At first, I was in the world of like, okay, you're going to play football. You're going to be a lawyer if that don't work out.
Right.
But didn't want to do none of that. Wasn't too in love with the world of law, where it takes, you know what I'm saying, people of color, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But like you said, it took extreme determination and focus, kind of crazy, delusional belief, which was kind of like the determining factor to it because you got to be crazy about your dreams. And that's kind of what I had to go to that extreme.
It's delusional without faith.
This gonna be something right here. Don't
you feel what I'm saying?
Right here.
It's delusional,
It's
without,
delusional
faith.
without faith.
The moment you put faith in it,
Yeah.
it's an actual goal.
That's heavy for sure.
You see what I'm saying?
I love that.
And
I'm gonna take that one.
you got to.
Yeah, that
and
was
for
it.
those who out here watching and listening, I want you to take an example, man.
For sure.
Just because something don't work out, it don't mean that it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
Just because something you're hitting a roadblock, that don't mean that there's no other roads around the way.
Yeah.
And you found another road which led you to be signed to a record label called Dreamville.
Yeah.
2017. Now
Sure.
tell us how was that brought about?
Just tour, meeting with a bunch of people. I went on tour with like Absol, TDE, met Cole through that, and they were already a subsidiary of Interscope, so it turned into a Dreamville Interscope situation. And I signed 2017, dropped the first project, and it was 2014 right now. So, well, I say it's 2014. It's 2024 right now. My phone started ringing.
That's when
I just got shot up. My bad.
It's all good. Mine ringing too. I had to hit it.
But yeah, it's 2024 right now, so it's been 7 years, and it's been great. You know what I'm saying? Just stand on the path. You know how the industry is. It's a lot of different things you got to learn about yourself, and you got to take serious and treat it like a business more so. And that's what I had to learn. And once you start doing that, you get your feet in the ground. It's like a trek ahead.
So out of all your projects, which one would you consider your favorite?
You
got a couple of them out here.
For sure. I say the Forever Story.
Forever
just because
Story.
it's like the origin story. You know what I'm saying? It talk about like my family and where I'm from. Give you like detailed accounts of like why I am the person I am. It got all type of great, of course, the lyrics and stuff, but just the storyline of my pops was on there speaking. We had one of the men who was like a father away from home, was like the first voice that you hear on the project. Just a bunch of different Atlanta. It felt like a Negro speech. Yeah, I just brought it all together and then did really well, bro. It's a gold album right now. A bunch of platinum songs from it. You know what I'm saying? Sold out tour. I feel like we did we did maybe over 300,000 tickets.
Talk your talk.
Yeah, 2023.
Talk your talk. It's hard to sell tickets.
Yeah, and we toured this year with Savage.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Salute to Savage,
been
man.
Great. Shout out 21.
And you know what it is, man. I love seeing Atlanta just stick together,
Boy.
man. You feel me? Like that's a good thing. Instead of all that beefing and stuff. I'm glad that Atlanta is sticking together, and
sure.
your hard work led you to be named 2018 XXL freshman.
Yeah.
Like to be on that cover.
That was cool.
To be on that cover, man.
That was cool, bro.
How, like, tell us how that moment felt.
That was hard just because just being from Atlanta and then doing the brand or the style of music that I do. You know what I'm saying? It's a different twist on it. It's lyricism, but it's still like it's Atlanta. It's still ignorant sometimes, but it's still like righteous and ratchet, I would say. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
In the mix.
Righteous and ratchet.
Yeah.
I like that.
That was cold.
You take one from me, I'm gonna take it that from you. I'm righteous and ratchet.
For sure.
Don't get it twisted. I turned the other cheek so I can think about what I'm gonna do when I come back. You hear me? No cap. I like that.
Yeah.
And you know what? Because I like to bring things into fruition.
Yeah.
Is there artists that you want to be shoulder to shoulders with and that you want to work with? Because they gonna see this.
Yeah. It's a, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in like a great time for music. So it's like a twist between like somebody like D'Angelo, who's like a unicorn, and then it'll go to like one of my boys, man. It gotta be like 3 Stacks or somebody. You know what I'm saying? One of the
3 Stacks. He
like,
getting the feedback work out here too.
Just
now
tap the flute one
you know
time.
what I'm saying? We'll take the flute.
We'll take the flute.
We'll take the flute,
bro. But something like that. I need a unicorn. One of them people who just like, they so deep down into their art and they love it, because that's the type of artist I am. You know what I'm saying? I dig down to the music and I try to like submerge into it until I find the surface of whatever that breath becomes.
Just brings about.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, I love artists that like that. It's crazy. D'Angelo dropped like 3 albums in 15 years, like something crazy. But the music, it lived with us. We raised on it.
Listen, what they call that? Timeless.
Yeah, bro, timeless.
You could drop it 12, 15 years ago, and it sound like you dropped it last year.
There we go.
That's the type of artist you want to.
That's the goal, bro.
I dig it. I don't want to hold too much of your time because we got to get back to these seats.
Yeah,
but
come on.
We are from Atlanta.
Come on.
Okay? It's time to get into some ATL trivia right here. Here we go. All right. It's not really say trivia. We want to say ATL culture.
Okay, I'm
now, you from the East, I'm from the West. Now, we got our own. I got Club Crucial.
Yeah.
Y'all got
Prime Time.
Not Prime Time. What's the other one? Not Liqueur. Libra. Y'all got Libra.
Okay, yeah.
That's y'all club.
Yeah.
All right. Now, we say ATL best late night food spot.
I could be shady. I could say something like what's it called? R Thomas, or no, not J. It's a letter in the name behind it. It's J.R. Thomas or
J.R. Cricket.
Yeah, J.R. Cricket.
J.R. Cricket. Now you can't go wrong with J.R.
Not my
Cricket.
daytime, but on some late night, if it's open, I go to the original one. Right around the way for sure.
Okay, here we go. Now this up my alley. ATL best strip club.
Okay, it depends on what you're looking for. That's because you can go to Cheetah, you can eat.
You can eat that. They definitely got food.
5-star restaurant in there.
They definitely got food.
You have dancers.
You got.
Okay, now.
Come on now.
I'm with you.
Them strippers in there looking like them strippers off of San Andreas. You hit that money fall everywhere.
And then magic is like the staple. That is the popular, like people just like saying the word. But
if you're low on funds,
I like allure.
You like allure?
I like allure.
I like allure. But I say if you low on funds and you got about 300-400, you want to feel like the man with 3-4
Blue.
You got to go with Blue Flame. You catch you one for 200, she does all night. She thank you for the 200. It must be slow in here. I love it.
I'm a man tonight.
Okay.
You stupid.
Okay. ATL's best ATL saying. We got a lot of these.
Yeah.
Don't give me the new ones.
The new one.
That
Cane trim.
Twin.
And all,
I'm not your twin. I'm 32. I'm your uncle.
Good saying is what my boys Trad Porter used to say, hey time out.
I was just gonna say, gotta say hey time out shout.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't care. Love, excuse me.
I said head.
Hey time out shout. Okay,
we gonna cut.
Here we go. ATL's best Atlanta soundtrack. This is fire.
Wow. Soundtrack. That's tough. When you say soundtrack, what you mean? Like,
I don't know. You know, Atlanta Hawks put this up here like we just got soundtrack. We just know that.
I'm gonna say Baker Road, Blockhead. I'm gonna just stop.
Blockhead?
That was crazy, right?
She gave the whole Blockhead.
You weren't ready for
Look, all the white people here are like, I never heard Blockhead.
Never heard Baker Road.
I am going to look up Blockhead. Don't you do it.
It's a great song.
Don't you do it. Now, you know, we talking about ATL, man.
Yeah,
so, you know, I used to sit in the nosebleeds.
Same.
I'm flow seat now.
I see you.
You feel me? We cross from each other.
Yeah.
When was your first Hawks?
It would have to be, I say, about 6th grade, because I went to the 6th grade academy. I had a jersey. I don't remember who the jersey was, but I had a jersey. I went to 6th grade academy, and I remember we won the game. We could have played. It could have been, I don't know, Knicks or somebody. I don't know. I just remember being in 6th grade. My pops took me.
Right.
My brothers couldn't go, and it was just me and my dad. My brothers had got in trouble, so I remember that special, just me and my pops. And we enjoyed it. We set up
good
top.
family member.
Super cool, bro. Super cool. We ate a little food, you know what I'm saying? A little family. It was
That
cool,
right.
me and pops.
Cause that's all y'all can do anyway.
That's all we just was.
Just eat and enjoy each other. Cause you can't see. We just enjoying each other's time, Pop. That's right. That's right, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, thank you for being the first guest.
We just enjoying each other's time.
We just enjoying each other's time. I love you. I love you too. You feel me? Hey, man, America. Make sure you tap into my dog, man, my OG, man, JID, man, Jig. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, man, this not going to be the last time you see this.
Yeah.
You dig? This is the House and Friends podcast. I'm out. DC Young Flizzle. Yeah, man.
They do not understand.
Now, have you tried the cookies?
Listen, the cookies.
The chocolate chip cookies?
Bussin'.
Yo, what's going on, America? It's your boy DC Young Fly here on Hawks and Friends podcast, man. Listen, man, today we got a special guest, man. I'm talking about a true paradigm of staying down to the come up. We have guest actress, producer, singer, fashion designer, Crystal Renee Hayslett.
See, what's up, love?
What's up, man? I'm proud of you. Shout it.
I'm proud of us. We did it.
You doing your thing,
Thank
man.
you. Thank you so much.
Man, so you down here at the Hawks courtside every game. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, where's this super fan energy come from?
I have always loved sports, more so basketball. I was a cheerleader from middle school through college.
Right.
Love sports. And once I got older, I started coming to the games when I moved to Atlanta.
Right.
And I was spending so much money on single tickets. I was like, let's
You
just
might as
invest.
well.
Yeah, so I invested in some season tickets. And I call this time of the year my social time.
Your downtime, your
I don't
chill
get
time.
out. Yeah.
Right.
I don't get out of the house, so I get excited when basketball season comes because we see people, we
Right.
get to actually talk. I stay in the house. So.
Like, people don't understand, this is where we get away.
It is.
Because we work so much, this is our downtime. You dig
It
what
really
I'm saying?
is. I
And we can
enjoy
still
it.
be competitive at the same time.
Yes,
So now that you
yes.
in the building, like, what's your like your favorite spot to eat? Because right now they cooking up some, look
Listen.
like some Thanksgiving food.
You
I need to go back over there.
No, my game, like when I come to the games, the first thing I do is I go to the Delta Lounge,
Right.
straight to the pepperoni pizza, that brick oven pizza.
Hey, they don't understand.
They do not
Now,
understand.
have you tried the cookies?
Listen, the cookies.
The chocolate chip cookies?
Bussin'. Yes.
I don't know who making them, where that batter come
Somebody
from.
grandma
but
back there
boy,
making them with love.
I'm telling you. Okay, so what's your favorite Hawk right now? Like, who's on the court that you're rooting for?
Right
courtside?
now. Man. Dyson Daniels is killing it.
Dyson, you know what? Dyson definitely improved. And you know what I had to
Yeah.
learn from this new squad? I said, I can't judge until I see what they contribute.
And they're so young, but they're killing it.
I like them.
Yeah, they're doing it. Yeah.
And you know what? You have so many different talents, man. You've actually sung the anthem for the pregame. Like, explain that. Explain what you had to prepare. How did you prepare? And when in the way you executed, because I saw it. You did lovely.
Thank you,
You did
love.
lovely.
Thank you. Let me
know?
tell you, the national anthem is one of the hardest songs to sing.
Right.
And then here you had to sing it in 90 seconds.
Uh-huh.
Can't do it like Whitney.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't drain that thing out. I was like, so I had to literally like catch my breath and like go to vocal training to get the cadence and make sure that like I don't get the team fined for going over that 90 seconds. So that's pressure in itself. And then you're singing it in front of all these people. And for me, it's just, I've been singing it for so long, but it's just different when you step out on this stage. It's totally different.
And then you got the thing
My
in your
earbuds
ear,
in,
and you're trying to listen, and you know the arena got all this acoustic, so you're trying to catch all that at the same time. And you wondering, are you hitting the right notes?
Yes. Well,
But
see,
you
when I
did
wear
your thing,
those, when I have my earbuds in, I literally can't hear anything outside of my voice.
Right.
So that helps like block out all the distractions. Because if I was doing it without that, I would probably mess up.
But you did it like you done sung national anthem a couple times.
You know, I have.
You know what I'm saying? Like they called you, they were like, "You need me." Okay, then.
But let me tell you something. Like, what it was, we were playing. Oh, it was the season opener of last season. My family came in town, and we went to Ruth's Chris right around the corner.
Right.
After warm up, killed warm up, came back, no voice.
And how many days was this right before?
No, this was the day.
The day.
Literally came here and did rehearsal, went across the street, ate, came back. Melissa Proctor had to take me to the bathroom to where the cheerleaders get dressed, drinking hot water. I'm saying no, like literally, like I can't talk. I don't know what happened.
But what happened when you got out there?
I didn't go out there. They had to play the music. Bro, I did not have a voice.
No.
Yeah, it was crazy. So thank God the Hawks gave me grace and asked me to come. I was like, please don't
Just
blacklist me.
Come back. Can I come
Please,
back?
can I come back? So let me come back during the playoffs. And I killed it.
Yeah, you did your thing.
Thank
Good
you.
regroup. Okay,
Yes.
now even just speaking on that, just having great energy, man. You know what I'm saying? That speaks volume, especially with your attitude and what you put out into the world.
Yeah.
Like, how do you? Because you know we living in a crazy place, crazy time.
We are.
How do you keep yourself sane, and what does this positivity that you continue to put out in the world come from?
It honestly comes from my upbringing. I'm from a really small town. My mom used to always tell me, anytime I caught myself complaining, she'd be like, hey, she's like, things could be a lot worse. She said, what you complaining about is nothing. Somebody wishes they were in your shoes.
Right.
And I think from that moment as a little girl to an adult, I always looked at everything from a different perspective and a different lens and realized that God is amazing. And we're always one wrong move from being in a different situation. So I'm just always grateful and just always positive thinking. And that's what comes back. What you put out is what you get.
Facts.
And that's what I live by.
Because you know God is love.
He is.
As long as you love, you know that God is in the midst.
Yes.
And you know, I think a lot of people always think that the tests that they're going through, they're not understanding, but the test is just letting you know what you need to be appreciative of.
Yes. Yeah. No, seriously.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
You so busy worrying on the test and you're not gaining the strength that he's trying to instill in you.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, because like you said, it's always somebody going through a worse situation than you. Like when I got stabbed up, right? I couldn't move my, like I'm paralyzed in this hand. I can't lift my finger like,
oh my gosh. I didn't know
I was
that.
tripping. You know, I was more so like, all right, you know, my fingers. But then I saw somebody with no hand. He just had like a little nub. And he had 3 bags of groceries on the nub. I said, I can't complain.
Cannot,
I know he wish he had a finger, so I'ma chill.
He looking at you like, man, I wish.
Man, give me that one.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what? Don't even worry about it. What did you learn through the trials?
Man, what I learned, DC, is that every trial that God takes you through, there's a lesson. And a lot of times you're questioning, God, why is this happening? Like, why am I not getting here? Why are all these setbacks happening? But then when you get to where he's taking you and the promise that he already made to you, once you get there, all the lessons that you learned during those trials, you're like, oh, and you can apply it. Like, that's why I learned that. Oh, got it. I'm already equipped now. You know what I'm saying? So he sets you up for success.
And you know, I tell people, I say, it's not, the question is how you question. You shouldn't question God on saying, why me?
Yes.
You need to ask questions so you can figure out the answers so you can apply them to the future situations.
Come on.
You see, like, what's the purpose?
Pastor DC.
You see what I'm saying? That just come from wisdom. But, you know, that's why, you know, we understand where our blessings come from.
Absolutely.
We know it's not just us.
No. And I was talking to a friend of mine. I was like, do you feel like you're in control of everything?
Right.
And because I'm really questioning, like, his relationship with God. And he's like, yeah. He's like, he said, I feel like I kind of, like, was just doing everything on my own. And he said, but now I'm realizing that wasn't working.
Yeah.
You know, like.
You don't even know what's best for you.
Hello. There's another power that's pushing me. I'm like, yeah, and guiding you. Yeah, so it kind of changed his perspective on that. But I'm like, I don't think I've done anything on my own, you know, and never leaning into my own understanding. There have been times where I wasn't as mature as I am now, where I was like, okay, I got this, I can do this, and then like, guys like, go ahead.
I'm going to show you the difference. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Because that's where wisdom comes from. It comes from experience, and then you apply the knowledge with the experience.
There you go.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. But that goes back to my case in point from the beginning. Like, you was an extra on Stomp the Yard, too.
Yes, yeah.
And now look at your journey, and you are one of the main on Sisters. Like, you look at that journey from being the extra to being the main.
DC, it's crazy because that was in 2010. I moved here in 2009.
Right.
That was 2010. Sisters didn't get greenlit till 2019. That was like 10 years from the time I moved here, 9 years from my
easily
first.
Can be distracted.
Easily can give up.
Right.
You know, it's like, how much more do I have to push till I'm gonna get that yes? It was so many no's from that first little yes to the big yes. But you have, like you say, you stay down. I had to stay down because I knew, like, ever since I was a kid, I feel like God plants certain seeds in us at a very young age, and it's something I always knew. You know, were you like that too? Where you always? I
always knew. I just didn't know how it was gonna come.
Exactly.
Right?
But you always knew because it was already planted in you.
Right.
And then when you got there, it's like he's just a natural. This is what he does because it was already in you.
It was just I just had to wait my turn.
Yeah.
And once you wait your turn and wait your course, you understand everything happens for a reason.
A reason. Yeah.
And to speak on the reason, right? We're creators.
Yeah.
We're so unique that we have so many different talents, right? And we can be confused on which one we want to go with.
Oh my God!
Because one going faster and one going the other.
Yes.
And I think to speak on me and you both, everybody first love is music.
Yes. Oh my God.
Okay.
Yes.
That ain't go first.
It did not.
Okay. If we still had to depend on music,
baby,
we messed up out here. We finna be here. We finna gonna be working outside parking cars. You understand me? So it's like, how do you still have love for your music and have love for acting, and how you try to make sure that both of those don't overlap each other?
Yeah, you know, for the longest I didn't do music. I just got started back doing my music and pursuing it in the studio right now. But it was honestly, I had to do what was working. Sometimes we have our hand in so many different fires and we're not ready for that. And then you get to a level where it's like, okay, now I can juggle more. I have the capacity to do more. And I feel like now I'm at a capacity where I can do more. I always loved music, never lost the love for it. It was just that, okay, at this point, I'm Silent Tyler and I'm costume designing. This is what's working right now. I got to put 100 into this.
Talk about that journey now.
Yeah.
Talk about this journey of how God placed you in other situations until he was ready.
He did. He put me in different situations, and I was like, okay, Lord. I always say, order my steps.
Right.
Order my steps. Whatever you want me to do, I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna question it.
Right.
So I did it, but in that, being that close to Tyler, I learned how to handle my finances. I learned how to run my empire, how to build, how to even have the foresight to build an empire, and to know that I don't have to be one-dimensional. And if you have the right team around you, you can do a lot of different things. But when you're trying to do everything yourself, it's hard. I learned the importance of integrity. I learned the importance of treating your team right. I learned the importance of privacy and how to carry yourself.
He's molding you for your future.
He was molding me, and God knew that I need to be. I know you want to go here, but I got to take you this way.
Because it's crazy out there. I need for you to have this in order first.
Because you're going to blow it.
I need you to have this in order first.
Yes.
Right.
And that's the journey. That's all a part of it. And I'm so grateful for the mentor, the big brother, and the friend that Tyler has been to me. And it's so funny because even now, like, as I'm sure you can attest, as you ascend, a lot of your friends aren't going the same way, but you have to start moving different. And because of Tyler, I learned, okay, I got to do this. I can't do that. Some things I learned as I gained success, but my friend's like, oh, it's kind of heavy, like being your friend, because we can't do what we used to do. And I'm like, are you trying to stay the same?
You gotta grow.
You gotta grow, baby.
As we continue to elevate, why do you want to speed backwards?
Yes, exactly. So a lot of times their mindset is not where ours is because we're in it. But like when you're around me, like you can't move like that. You can't be filming me all the time.
They should have been learning from you on saying, you know what? I saw her be uncomfortable, but she made it comfortable.
Yes, yes.
A lot of people that we know, once they get uncomfortable, they go back to being comfortable, but you have to be uncomfortable in order for you to change.
Come on. Let the church say amen.
Come on, somebody. Now, with all this integrity and all this dignity and just courage, like what roles do you see yourself playing in the near future?
Oh, man. I I've always wanted to do a procedural, like Law and Order. I want to play like a Detective Benson type role.
Now.
You know,
okay
I'm
now.
seeking it.
Okay
yes. Also, there's been whispers about a biopic for Queen Latifah. I would love to do. My fans actually like put my face like with the crown.
That's all right now.
Yeah, they did. I was like,
is it going to be Set It Off Queen?
Listen, well, you know, she's all things.
She's all things.
She's
now.
all the queens.
Right.
So yeah, like there's certain things and people that I just love that I would love to play, but definitely a procedural. I want to do that detective.
Okay.
I want that longevity.
I like it.
Olivia been working forever.
Olivia
like
Benson,
I need that job.
Come on.
Not hers, but a job like that.
A job. No cap. It's coming. So let the fans know something that, you know, that's like a surprise that they didn't even know that you do, that you did.
A lot of people who don't know my journey don't know that I worked on Capitol Hill after college. I worked for the government, for the Senate. Right after college.
Talk your talk, Congress.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah, I was one of those girls. I started in the front office for my senator from Tennessee and then became a legislative correspondent where I was the liaison between the senator and people that were in health education, labor, and pension.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you think he's slick?
He's trying to get his.
Yeah, he trying to
he's
get
like, let me get his
Y'all
shot.
ain't talking about nothing. They over there. You ain't talking about nothing. I ain't talking about nothing. Okay. Before we go, because they about to get back out there playing. Okay. This is
We don't
called
want this to get
ATL.
game.
Yeah, we don't want to miss the game.
Yes.
Because let me see, them tickets are too high.
Listen, okay, I need all the minutes.
I'm telling you. ATL best speed round. Here we go.
Okay, let's go.
ATL best late night food spot.
Devon. Have you been to Devon?
I ain't been yet.
Oh my God, best Mediterranean food. They stay open like to 2 a.m.
Well.
You go right here off in Midtown. It's literally the best place to go. Me and B and Pretty V just went the other day after the game.
Don't say no more. I'm finna
It's
go out
so
here to
good.
Devon. Say no more.
Laptops.
But you know 1201 got some good 1201.
Yes.
Pull
Yeah,
up now.
pull
They got
up,
some
yes.
good. Okay, here we go. ATL's best anthem.
Ooh, ATL's best anthem, Outkast, Kryptonite.
Your
You know what I'm
your
saying?
talk. Okay, here we go. I'm from ATL now. Don't let me die.
Uh-oh.
ATL best ATL Sands.
Now I'm talking about Shawty.
Now I'm talking about Shada. Yes.
Now I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Sounds
Now I'm talking about.
Sounds sad. That
know,
is
love.
see what I am saying, people.
Yes.
Yes. Sounds sad. No cap. Okay. Before we get back out here on this court side, let the people know what they can catch. You know what I'm saying? Catch you at and you know what you got in store.
Yes. Right now, season 8 of Tyler Perry's Sisters is right out on BET Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. Zatima is streaming on BET Plus. We are in our 3rd season. I already filmed the 4th season, and I am in season 6 of my podcast, The Keep It Positive Sweetie Show, where we're healing, laughing, growing, and loving, and the community is just beautiful. It's all about positivity. That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Man. As long as you spread love, man, God gonna make sure you straight.
That's it.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you, love. I'm proud of you.
Let's do it.
This is so good.
Appreciate y'all. Hey, man, stay tuned for another episode. Atlanta's
Yes.
Hawks and Friends. So how many points you think you can go out there right now and give us?
Right now.
Right now.
Hey, DC, I ain't gonna lie. I probably can go. I can go out there and get y'all about.
Welcome America. You know what time it is. It's your boy DC Young Fly. We are on Hawks and Friends podcast, brought to you by the Hawks. Hey man, listen here. This is a legendary moment. This is a legendary. I feel it, man. We got none other than our icon, man, and our today's Dominique Wilkins, ISO Joe Johnson in the building.
Hello.
Talk your talk,
Hello.
man.
Hello. Let's get to it. What's up, man?
What's up, OG?
What's
man?
up, baby? You got it?
Hey, feel good to get you back in the building.
Hey, man, feel good to be here, man. Feel good. You get a chance to see a lot of familiar faces.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of people still work here, man, from when I was still here.
So let's jump right into it. So how does it feel being, you know, an icon in this city, and then when you get to see it, you know what I'm saying, sit down and now you get to observe and be a fan now. Like, how does it feel to see these other players and the upcoming players in these Hawks jerseys and in this arena where you once played?
It feels great. I don't have no stress now. You know, I could just come in. I could just come in, sit back, watch the game, and enjoy. But I'm enjoying what I'm seeing, man. We got a great young team.
Right.
led by Trey and all this young talent that we have, man. It's great to see these guys out here playing and competing hard and having fun.
Okay, so what was like your favorite moment in playing in this arena?
My favorite moment playing in this arena, probably when we first made the playoffs. I ain't gonna lie, DC. My first 2 years here, man, it was
so serious.
It didn't feel like the NBA, bro.
Right.
It wasn't. We probably had about 50 people in the stands, but
right.
When we first made the playoffs against Boston, they was a 1 seed. We was an 8 seed. We took them 7 games.
Yes, you did.
And this place was crazy. I've never seen it like that before.
I think you built the momentum back up. I think, like you said, it was a moment when nobody coming.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
When nobody coming to see us.
Yeah.
That started a whole new epidemic of having fans back into the arena. So I want to appreciate you, sir.
Oh man, come on.
Because I think that's when I started coming back myself.
Hey, listen. My thing was the city of Atlanta is just too great,
right,
to not have an awesome team, and I could never understand that when I was younger.
Right.
I'm like, man, why the Hawks ain't never.
Right.
But I see what's going on.
Right.
It's too much to do out here in the city, man. Boy, you got to have some discipline around here.
You
hear me?
Yes, you do. We bring the club to your house. And you know what? We're going to get to that question later on, man. You know, you was able to play alongside some monumental players, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Josh Smith.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Give us
a
legendary moment that you remember with playing against Josh Smith. We're playing with Josh Smith.
Josh like a brother to me, man. He like my little brother for real.
Right.
Legendary moment was probably, you know, when we played Boston in that playoff series, him and Kevin Garnett,
right,
competing, going against each other. That was, at the time, KG was like the best big in the league. And Josh held his own.
Talk your talk.
And, man, he was competing at a level I'd never seen him play at. You know what I mean? That's probably one of the most memorable moments.
So I know in this game, man, you gotta be in shape. Man. You got to work out a lot.
Man.
Now that you retired, you like this yoga master sensei. You can stand on one leg on a basketball. Like, you know what type of brain power you got to have? Like, explain, what is this journey? What made you want to tap into this journey?
Well, I just love staying in shape, man. I love fitness. You know, I played 18 years professionally, so you know, the work habits that I've created over the years, they just don't go away, you know what I mean? So I just took what I learned in basketball and I just kind of took it over to the yoga world,
right,
and just tried to put people on and invite them into that space,
right,
because it's so sacred for me,
right.
And I take it like as if I'm going to practice,
right,
basketball practice or playing in a game. That's how I approach the yoga.
So yogas have different elements to it,
yeah,
right? They have, and people don't understand. When you stretch first thing in the morning,
Hello.
It's very relaxing.
Hello.
And it's very important.
Hello.
You know, like you just saw me try to do a one leg, and you were the first person I said, you know what? I know he got the answer. What's wrong with my knee? Why I can't bend it correctly?
We got to see it, man. You might have to ice and stem it, get it, you know what I mean, get the inflammation up out of it. I see it's a little swollen over there. I see.
I'm doing a whole lot of loose legs on here.
Yeah, you probably have to get that inflammation up out of there, man. Come see it. We can help you out.
I would definitely is. So give the people insight on like why it's important to do yoga and to stretch, and just, you know, give people who don't quite understand why it's important.
Well, I got into it because of injuries. I had tendonitis in both of my knees,
right,
and I had it in my Achilles,
right,
and it healed me within like a week. You know, we're tight in our quads and in our hamstrings, which tightens up our knees and our low back. So once I found all that out, man, yoga is it. We had infrared heat that heats you up inside out, and it heats up the muscles, joints, and tendons to where you're able to move around comfortably, bro. And I think that's the biggest thing. As we age, we still want to move around comfortably. We got kids that we still want to run around and play with. So that's my biggest thing. I just try to stay in shape.
Okay, and let's get back to this playoffs, because
come on,
it's crazy how your career. I had to look it up, and I was like, a lot of people don't make it that long. A lot of people don't have 17, 18 years.
You gotta enjoy it, bro. You gotta enjoy. You gotta love what you do. I thoroughly love hooping, bro. Like you gotta love it.
So you came into the game with Boston.
Yeah.
Now we talk about the Hawks, but we're gonna speak facts.
Yeah.
And you ended with Boston, and then you had a highlight playoff career with Boston. Going against Boston. So tell us about that journey, about how you started with Boston, and then you played in the playoffs with us against Boston.
Yeah.
And then you ended your season with Boston?
Well, getting drafted by Boston.
Get out the window, nigga.
Getting drafted by Boston was a dream come true for me.
Right.
You know, I finally got a chance to live out my dream, and that's playing the NBA. It didn't last long. I got traded within 6 months of my rookie year. And getting a chance to play against Boston, like, that was everything. That's the only thing I kept thinking about. Like, man, we got to beat these boys. They number one. We the A seed. If we beat them, that's going to be talked about forever. So here they couldn't get a win in Atlanta, but in Boston, we didn't give ourselves a chance. But it was fun. Some great memories from that, bro, and I still enjoy it. I still watch it.
You still watch it? So what's the highlight? What's the highlight of that series?
The highlight of that series was probably when Zaza Pachulia got into it with KG. They got in each other's face. They head-butting each other. It was, oh, man, it was crazy in here. It was pandemonium. Oh, man.
Now, but to think about it now, how many years? It's only been 2 years. 2022. It's only been 2 years since you left.
Yeah.
LeBron's still in it. I think you still got game. You know, Ice Cube got the big three.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about, you know what? Let me strap my boots on right quick and show these young guns, man. I still got it.
Well, the big three, I feel like, you know, the 3-on-3 game is my game. Like, I've enjoyed playing in the big three. I've played in the big three since 2019. It's been fun.
Right.
So shout out to Ice Cube for, you know, giving us older cats that stage on CBS to where we can still display our talents, because we still love to play. We still love to compete. And once you get up in them 40s, bro, they ain't trying to hit at. Like, you need to sit on down somewhere.
So how many points you think you can go out there right now and give us?
Right now for the Hawk.
Right now for the Hawk, because as you see, right now.
Hey, DC, I ain't gonna lie. I can go out there and get y'all about a good 20, 25. Playing with Ice Trey. 20, the way he passing that thing out there.
And the boy Daniels, he gonna steal it too.
Man, listen. I'm going to practice on Thursday, so don't even worry about it. I'm going to practice on Thursday. And,
we getting the exclusive ISO.
Hello.
Hey, man.
You heard it here first.
Hey, man. Heard it here first. ISO coming back, man.
Going up. Hey, DC said that. I ain't say that. Hey. But I'm going to practice on Thursday.
They ain't going to tell you to get out the court. They're not going to tell you to get out the court. Okay, before we go, because we got to go back out here and watch this game.
All right.
Now listen. All right. ATL's best late night food spot.
Okay, best late night food spot. Yeah. For me, I'm going to probably pick Cheetahs.
Cheetahs?
Food?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because, you know, I was thinking about something else. I was like,
yeah. See, here you go. Yeah, I said food. You said food. You said food.
I did say food.
All right.
I said food.
Yeah, you said food.
You got a point.
Yeah.
Because they do got some pork chop. I mean,
lamb chop.
Them lamb chop go stupid. The asparagus I got small. I don't know what happened to the asparagus, but asparagus on that Ozempic. But anyway,
on exhibit, bro.
Got itty bitty. I'm like, but these coffee straws. All right, say no more. All right, so you from ATL? You been out here for a minute. ATL been saying.
What had and shouted?
What had
Hey, what's up, shouted? You know what I'm saying?
They gonna like that.
Yeah.
Like that. What had and shouted? Okay then. Okay, ATL's best anthem.
Best anthem?
Best anthem.
Man, you gotta go. That Pastor Troy, bro.
You is really been in our city.
Man, I've been here since 05, bro.
You know what it is.
Hold on, how old was you in 05?
05, it depends on which part of the year. 05, I was coming out of the I was going to the 7th grade. Yeah, I was coming out of the 7th grade. In 05, I was coming out of 7th grade.
I just got here in 05. I got here in 05. Yeah, that
Did I make you feel old, man? Cause I'm 32 now.
No, you don't make me feel old.
Okay, cause I'm 8 years away from 40. So
yeah. You got a little minute, man. You got a little minute. Hey, boy, you hang around your boy, I'm gonna have you right. When you get in them 40s, you're gonna be moving like you're in your 20s.
I'm coming to see you.
All right.
I'm coming to see you, man.
All right.
One thing I can say, man, you know, especially, you know, the Atlanta Hawks done brought me in. We appreciate everything you did for our city.
Yeah, appreciate y'all, man.
I'm really from this city, born and raised. We appreciate the excitement you brought to this city. We appreciate all your hard work you did for this city, man. Hey, man, it's just an honor to see you back here, man. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying the game.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all.
And don't let this be your last time.
Oh, no, it won't. Hey, if you need a co-host up here, 'cause I see you be up here doing your thing, tell hey, I always hit your boy, man. I'll come up here, we can,
Hey, listen, that's why I be trying to tell these folks. I really got friends, man. See, y'all would have had to call the agents and had to do all that.
Yeah,
this is authentic. He said, listen, man, you need a little co-host, man, to come holler at your boy.
Come on.
Man, come on, man.
I'll ride up the street, man. I'll come sit down with hello.
See how easy that is?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Hawks and friends, man. We really friends, man.
Talk to me.
So you know what time it is, man.
Yes,
we'll see y'all later, because it's time for us to get back to the game.
Peace out.
That skull cap on. That's why you got
Really, my hair
on velour sweatpants.
hair ain't done. Here you go.
Well, no socks.
I was finna free ball. It's your boy DC Young Fly here on the Hawks and Friends podcast, man. And I got a special guest in the building. You did. I'm talking about iconic. You feel me? Eastsider.
This is flattering.
You dig? Songwriter and Atlanta's own Mariah The Scientist.
Oh, thank you so much.
You dig what I'm saying? I mean, we do got people in here clap. Dang.
You're definitely the best host they could have chosen for this.
Thank you. I mean, it's Atlanta. You dig what I'm saying? Like, who gonna
else?
be better than it? You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Mhm.
Nah, man, what's up? Everything been good?
It's pretty good. It's cold outside.
It's cold outside. Hold up, you just tore it down, man. Halftime
Oh,
performance,
thank
man.
you. I'm a little nervous.
Why?
I don't know.
Tell us what was the preparation like before you just went out there and did your thing?
I did some warm-ups, and
Mhm.
then they just was like, all right.
And push you on out there. Now you did your thing, man. I think the people was receptive, man. And you know what I'm saying? The crowd really did turn up for you.
Oh, well, I'm glad.
Dig. So being, an Atlanta native and you went to excuse me, Southwest DeKalb.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So tell me, how did you, step into the music game?
I got to college,
Right.
and I was like, you know what? I'm going to drop out.
So you
No,
dropped out.
It's not exactly how it went, but
Okay. You scared me.
something like that. I just, I
How
started
long did you go?
3.
Girl, you went all the way down and said,
I'm going to go back.
you gonna go back?
Mhm.
Hold up. Was it a biology
Yes.
major?
hmm
So do you like science?
I love science.
So how do you mix science and music together?
I don't know. I feel like science is obviously more like an engineering thing,
Uh-huh.
which is interesting.
Uh-huh.
It's more tedious than like biology.
So can you like break down the difference? Because I was really kind of like bad in science.
I think engineering is more like a system thing.
Right. It's kind of like with tech,
Right.
right?
You're recording it, you got the microphone, it's flowing through channels and electric type of stuff.
Right.
I'm more about the body,
Yeah,
the animals.
see, now that you say about the body, because a lot of people on Instagram, they so obsessed with your personal life, child.
I don't know why.
You know what I mean? And they always want to know what does Mariah got going on. And then I heard you say that you be frugal.
I am frugal.
You be frugal. So explain us, like, how do you keep people like entertained but still be frugal at the same time?
I don't spend my money. I would not spend my money. That's the last thing I'm gonna do, actually. But I don't know. I just do my thing. I spend it sometimes.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I hope they ain't paying attention because they trying to see what I'm spending the money on.
Right.
But if you want to know what I spent my money on, I spent my money on things like this. These shoes. They're about 20 years old. They're falling apart.
Those are ice skates?
It's my first time wearing it. These are D-squared skate moss. All right.
So if you was going to the ice rink right now, you can go.
It's a shoe. But
Okay.
I'm like a shoe collector.
I see what's happening. Them nice right there. Boy, we living in our last days, I tell you.
Obviously.
Yes, we is. But like you been going crazy with the music game, man. You know what I'm saying? You been doing your thing. I'm talking about chart, just hitting it, hit after hit. Like, who do you see yourself collaborating with?
I would like to collaborate with some girls. Some of the girls.
Like who now? Because this podcast,
Any of them.
I mean, this podcast, we speak stuff into fruition around here.
I like the singers. I like Callie Uchis. I like Summer
Okay.
Walker.
Okay.
I like SZA.
Okay. SZA. Now SZA the homie. SZA the homie.
Well,
SZA.
hopefully,
You hear this
And you
now?
be my homie.
SZA. Now listen, you and Mariah, y'all can mix some stuff. The chemist, the
She's a
scientist.
Scorpio too, like me.
You a Scorpio? What day? What part?
October 27th.
Oh, you beginning.
What are you?
I'm a Taurus.
Oh, Taurus is good with Scorpio.
Yeah, we good. We good.
Yeah.
But you like the beginning, so you kind of like, you be flip-flopping.
To what, Libra?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the balance. You be trying to keep balance, and then here you go. Thank you, a Scorpio again.
I don't keep the balance. I'm hot or cold.
But you are frugal. So
I
that
am
means you do keep balance.
And keep them funds
Right.
in the bank.
So we're gonna make sure we, you know what I'm saying, that SZA track does come into fruition. Now, you do got your banger, the one with Chris Brown, man. Like
It's a good song.
that's one. Tell me how that track came about, man. 'Cause that's the OG. He's our Michael Jackson.
I think what happens is he makes so much music
Right.
that when other musicians like will pull up on him at the studio, or like I think his studio is like at his house or something.
Right.
But when they go to like work with him, he just has so much to pick from.
Right.
And I think T Grizzly and him must have like linked up, and they wanted to put a girl on that part of the hook that says,
Right.
"But you know I got a man." And he got married. T Grizzly got married recently, and his wife Maisha, I love you, girl. She recommended and encouraged him to put me on the song.
See what I'm saying? Women empowerment,
And so
man.
she did that. She
That's
had my
right.
back. Thank you. And it has done really well. So thank you.
Talk your talk, man. It's speaking of having people's back, like you're big on giving back to the community. Like you participated with the Hawks with the Million Meal pack event.
Mhm.
Like, can you explain like why is it so important to give back?
Well, I feel like being from Atlanta, you from Atlanta,
Facts.
I wasn't like rich.
Talk your talk now. You know we talking about sardines and bologna.
I seen you in a couple of photographs with, from back in the day
Back in you know what's happening? He home, yes sir.
with the hat on.
You did, yeah.
I seen that pic 1,000
Yeah.
times, and I just feel like, I knew what was going on back then.
Yeah.
I was one of those kids. You
Yeah.
were one of those kids. And I feel like when I did the event, it was like so many children there, and they were really just getting their hands. They were just participating. I don't
Right.
know. It was nice. I
But
would do it again.
But see, people don't understand, like, when you give back, like, those children take those moments with them for the rest of their life.
Right.
That'd be, like, their biggest moment ever. So and that could be motivation for the next up and coming.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? So we
Mhm.
appreciate you for that. So let's speed this round right here called the speed round, because we got to get back out here to this game, okay?
We winning.
Okay, yeah. Are we? Check the, could they be tripping sometimes?
No, don't.
Okay, here we go. Speed round. Here we go. Y'all ready? Here we go.
Okay.
Sweet tea or lemonade?
Lemonade.
Lemonade, okay. Worst spot for traffic at ATL?
Merging on the highway on 10th Street,
Ooh.
1714.
Any of the
Going
numbers?
to Norcross and in that going to Jimmy Carter.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you just got a job and you know you getting off, especially at
You know what?
4:30.
I changed my mind. That connector, when you coming from the east side and you're trying to get on.
I'm a west side, so I don't really know.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I thought Atlanta
You know when you go
natives
around.
supposed to know the whole area, so
No,
you can take his car.
I stayed on my side because my car had 290,000 miles on it, so it wasn't gonna go to the east side.
Might have 400,000.
You,
Okay, and
They
it was
say-
still working.
they
It's still
say-
working.
they say 285 go around. Nah, I just did this part on 285. I just went here, went back.
So you ain't even seen that traffic. You don't even know traffic. You ain't
But you
been.
know, I graduated from Korean though, Shaw. Yeah. So I had to hit that look.
He's a real native. He's a real native.
You did? No cap. Okay. This supposed to be speed round. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if you can go back in time and see any concert or any artist, who would it be?
I would pick Whitney Houston or Queen, so I could hear Bohemian Rhapsody in person.
Ooh, okay. That's a
You
good
don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, no, I know. I love Whitney. Here we go. Last one. Favorite place to take out of town friends?
Copper Cove.
Copper Cove. That right.
Mhm.
Turn up. What's up? Okay, so is there anything that you want to tell the fans? You know what I'm saying? What you got upcoming? Anything that they could be patiently waiting on?
A project. I feel like I haven't put any music out in so long.
What we doing?
I'm working on it.
Can you
working on
drop
it.
How many songs?
I'm gonna do 10. I like to do 10. I feel like
10.
it's to the point. I'm not really like a 20 song kind of girl. That's not me.
Slot.
So I'm thinking 10.
Okay, but so are you telling us you're at 9?
I picked the 10 out already.
You already got
know-
it.
you know
Okay.
when the song is like, well, see, this is how I do it. I just go to the studio. I record like a verse and a hook, and then I just like leave the song like that for like 6 months. And then when I'm like, okay, cool, let's pick out what I'm gonna use.
Right.
I pick it out and then I go and I finish it.
But people don't know we get tired of listening to our music. So that music be old.
I feel like you get tired of listening to the music you already released.
Facts.
But unreleased music, I feel like it's so good until the day
But
you release it.
you always listen to the unreleased music. We never hear the unreleased. So it get old to you. And then you drop it
I'm
on us.
loving it.
And then you just,
I'm still loving it.
you still living.
I'm ready.
Say no more, man. So we got a gift for you, okay?
It's so cute.
Sponsored by the Hawks.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm excited.
That is a nice box.
Here you go.
I'm gonna keep the box and everything.
Open
Every
it.
box I ever got from the Hawks, I still have it.
You got it.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Look at that. It's so cold. This is a what is this on? This is a television?
What is that?
This is a television in the box. I ain't never had a box like this.
Let them see it.
This is a television in the box. Well, if they see it, how am I gonna see it? It got a speaker. You can adjust the
They
volume.
could at least put your music in there.
You can adjust the volume.
Who is that? Let's feel it.
You can fast forward.
Let's feel it.
What kind of thing is
This
this?
is nice. Y'all could have took the y'all let her know it's brand new.
Look at
Y'all
this.
just see Atlanta did some Atlanta stuff right there, man.
It's right there.
I'm glad you like it.
You can pause it, play it. This is a real television in a box.
Y'all can't do Atlanta people like that. Take the plastic.
I
off
like to
the
leave the
gift.
plastic on. I don't know what he's talking about. He let him speak for himself. I got a skull cap.
Yes, you do.
I got a hoodie and a jacket. I
Talk
can't
it
wait
up.
for that. This is so nice. I am so spoiled.
Oh, she just loves
I just know this came from Harry.
Hey, man, we are proud of you. We want you to keep going.
I'm proud of you.
I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? We going to keep supporting you. You dig?
Thank
Especially as a black queen in America.
Mm-hmm.
Just know ATL got your back and the Hawks got your back. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Mariah the Scientist, Hawks and Friends podcast. You did.
See you later.
Yeah, you got this. You got the. Oh, you got it down.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it right.
You got the silhouette down.
We ain't playing. Hey, listen, man. America, we're here again on another beautiful day on the Hawks and Friends podcast, man. And I'm just trying to keep my composure because we don't get a chance to be shoulder to shoulders with legends, shoulder to shoulders with icons, man. And listen, man, today's guest needs no introduction, okay? A Hall of Famer, an icon, a legend. Everybody make some noise for Dominique Wilkins!
Appreciate it, man.
What's happening?
What's happening, man? It's good to see you outside of the Hawks arena, man.
I'm telling you, man.
You're not as amped up today as you are at the arena.
Nah, man, because, you know, I really be into it. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
But you amped up, but you ain't amped up like
I'm
that.
amped up because I'm a fan. When I'm at that arena, I paid for them to hear my frustration.
I feel you.
You feel what I'm saying? No cap, because they represent us. I am really from Atlanta, but you have been representing Atlanta for quite some times, man, and we want to say thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, man. I appreciate it. You know, Atlanta basically made me who I am.
Right.
You know, when I came out of high school,
Right.
actually, I moved to Atlanta first before I went to the University of Georgia.
Uh-huh.
And Georgia kind of got me out of the situation that I was in North Carolina, which was a pretty intense, dangerous situation.
Right.
And this was the first city that I came to.
Man, and take it back to the 80s, man, the NBA draft. 82, first round, third overall pick. Like, how did that feel? Because, you know, I had a dream to be in the NBA, but it's people that actually lived our dreams.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we be living through people. So when we say that, and when people say that to me, I really understand. And when we see y'all on the court, everybody had a dream of being an NBA star.
Oh, you know what? That was our dream growing up. 'Cause I grew up in Baltimore, Maryland.
Right.
And at the time, Baltimore had the highest crime rate in America at that time. And I left home when I was 16 and got discovered on the playground the next day in North Carolina. That's where my high school career started.
Right.
And a guy asked me, he said, "Hey, son, you live here?" I'm like, "I'm not sure yet."
Right.
He said, where you going? You go leave from here? I'm like, "I'm not sure." And he looked at me. He said, come go with me. I don't know why I followed. And he showed me his house, showed me a kitchen, showed me the bedroom. He said, you can have all this. The only trade-off is you have to play for my high school team. He was the high school coach
in
North Carolina. And I looked and I was like, okay. And that's how my career started. We were 76-1 in 3 years in the state of North Carolina, high school.
How many championships?
Back-to-back.
Back-to-back.
Back-to-back championships.
See, I don't know how they feel. I don't know how they feel.
And in North Carolina, that type of record was unheard because I came out the same time with James Worthy. We had so many. We had Mitchell Wiggins. We had a lot of guys come out of North Carolina. Of course, you had Mike come out of North Carolina, and you had Jimmy and Black. It was so many guys that played in basketball in the state of North Carolina back then, especially in North Carolina, Duke. Wake Forest. My high school teammate went to Wake Forest, so we had a lot of guys, man. And so to have that type of record in high school in that state, that's basketball mecca.
And for somebody to pull over to say, hey, for somebody to stop their car, get out, and say, man, I want you to play for me, you got talent. Because my parents didn't even stop to even watch me.
But the funny thing is, his players was playing on the playground that day. And I just went out and started playing with them. After I got off the bus, and he walked up, and and the rest was history. After that meeting, I'm tell you what, he might be the greatest coach that I ever had outside of Mike Fratello that I've had in my career. He refused to let us lose.
I was just finna say that.
So we had a different. That team had a heart of a lion.
So speak on having coaches, because people don't understand roles are important.
Let me explain something about coaching. Coaches are put there to help you develop, teach you how to play the game. And, sometimes coaches use the best players as an example to push all the other players.
Correct.
All the coaches I ever had always jumped on me harder than anybody else. Because first of all, they know I could take it. Two is that if they could say stuff like that to me and get on my case, and sometimes even belittle you sometimes, nobody else can say anything. And that's the way all the coaches taught and developed me. And that's how I learned how to play the game from a fundamental standpoint, from a toughness standpoint. One thing I hate if a coach get on you too hard, you shut down, you clam up.
Got to build aggression.
I mean, this is what we signed up for. So it's a lot come with being the king when you're the leader of the team.
Now,
you got to
speak on that.
Because you got to be able to take the heroics as well as
you are the target.
The criticism.
You are the target.
Yeah, and you know what? That's what I love. That's what any great player would tell you, from Michael to Magic to Bird, and I played against them. These guys was monsters.
The pressure builds you.
And the pressure makes us who we are. And the only way you can measure your greatness is you got to play against the greatest.
And I'm glad you said that, because I feel like it ain't no pressure in today's basketball. If you look at it, because OG, listen, man, when y'all was playing from the 80s and the 90s, even the early 2000s, you still seen it. Like, they call fouls. It's like the game has gotten soft.
Well, you could get away with a lot more. I mean,
they shooting from full court.
The fouls are, it is what it is. But this is the thing, big guys. If you stay on the perimeter, I'm gonna use a guy like Miles Turner. If you stayed on that perimeter as a big guy, like he does, and a lot of the big guys, and if you miss 4 or 5 of those threes, you coming out. You coming out of the game. Even as small forward. And if I wasn't making those shots, coach said, hey, step in, get to the free throw line, get to the post. Take somebody off the dribble. So we was able to mix up our offense. Because when you see highlights, what do you see? Slam dunk, slam dunk, slam dunks. Well, it's very difficult to get over 26,000 points on dunks. I was a creative scorer. Everything you see these guys
talk your talk now.
Because, the mid-range game, post game, getting to the free throw line, jump shot, I had all that back then. So it's like a lot of times people think that this is a new invention. It's not.
It's been there.
We took a lot more high percentage shots. It's just a fact. Because I hear a lot of times people say, well, the mid-range shot is obsolete. It's just a dumb comment. because it's the most high percentage shot outside of a
Facts.
layup or a dunk. Now, if you're great shooters like Curry and a lot of these guys and Luke and all these guys, you're great shooters like them guys can make those shots. But you got a lot of guys taking that shot that shouldn't be taking.
You could
that
develop
shot.
a good mid-range shot.
Yeah, you know,
You dangerous.
Kawhi Leonard,
Right.
even even Steph. You look at Durant, DeRozan.
Right.
He rarely ever takes a three.
What about Luka? I like
And
Luka. I like Luka.
all them guys who can score,
Right.
all shoot mid-range shots.
What
All of
Dirt?
Well, again, guys like that kind of, revolutionize the mid-range shot.
Right.
Because, it went away for a long time.
Everybody trying to shoot threes.
Yeah, and then it came back. But them guys really showed the analytical guys that y'all are dead wrong.
Right.
Because this mid-range shot, I can still get 30.
Right now.
I mean, I've had games where I had 52, 54, and had 1 3. And people say, "Oh, it's possible. It's impossible for you to get 57 points in 3 quarters. You didn't shoot threes."
Buckets on them all day.
But what that says, though, is I shot a lot of free throws.
Right.
That's where my threes came and ones. And so my whole objective was to get to the line.
Get to the line.
And
Get aggressive.
and you have to attack people. And that's what we did.
So looking at these matchups, because Michael stopped a lot of great teams that could have possibly been champions. If you looking at the matchups right now, like, what was your toughest matchup?
Oh, man. I mean, Chicago was always tough.
Right.
Chicago was always tough. New York,
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia, Indiana,
Uh-huh.
had Milwaukee. I mean, Philadelphia, they had a super team back then.
Talk your talk.
So everybody was tough.
Mhm.
But, I never feared anybody I ever played against. There's one guy that made me nervous.
Who?
Out of New York, his name was Bernard King.
Wow.
If you don't know who he is,
Gotta
you
look
gotta
up
him
Bernard
up.
King. What happened now? What happened?
Because he's getting 40 and nothing you can do about it. Nothing. I mean, I couldn't sleep the night before I played against this
And
guy.
he getting 40 off top.
And when I used to say to us, I said, look, I know he going to get 40. So, you know what? I'm going to get 40. We just call it wash.
We just going to call it even.
Okay, yeah.
Because everybody got that Michael Jordan effect, like they scared of Mike.
Michael and I are the only two foes in NBA history to average over 30 against each other for a whole career.
Every time y'all played each other.
Oh, and I didn't think about it. Somebody brought it to my attention. I look back on those games. I'm like, whoa, he had 47. I might have 42. I might have 45. He might have 40. He had 60 when I had, 40. And all those games was like that, man, because he brought out the best in me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I know I brought out the best in him. We love competing against one another. And that's one of the things.
It ain't no competing no more.
I had to guard Larry Bird. I had to guard Dr. J. I had to guard Worthy, English, Dantley, Aguirre every night. We couldn't duck each other because I was not going to go over there and play the power forward position. They had a license to kick your butt, and I was not dealing with them guys. So at 6'8" and a half, I'm going against some guys who were 6'11", 6'10", small forwards. But that's the way it was. We didn't think twice about it. We were like, hey.
Now they picking. They nitpicking.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, man. I'm like, bring it on,
Yeah.
Because, most of the time that I played against Boston, Kevin McHale at 7 foot was guarding me.
You had to go out there and bust.
It didn't matter. The size.
Right.
We never, because this is the thing, most great scorers will tell you.
Uh-huh.
And, Bird and Jordan, the prime example of this. We never worried about the guy who was guarding us.
Mm-hmm.
We worried about the guy who was double teaming. Because we knew we can beat this guy.
But if they bring him out
only guy where, and see, people ask me sometimes, how do you beat a double team?
Okay.
You go before it gets to you.
Right.
You know it's coming.
Right.
But if you can get by this guy first, the double team comes, it's too late.
Right. And there's now somebody open.
Yeah. And that's how I used to get a lot of my points because I knew the double team come. Now, if the double team comes quick, you give the ball up because you're always going to come back.
So nowadays, you don't really too much see it's just a lot of the elements of the game is just changed. You don't really see a double team. You don't see
the double teams is like you play an area.
Right.
So if he comes to the area, you got help. It was a lot of one-on-one defense back then. And, of course, you needed help with certain guys because certain guys are monsters.
They just monsters.
And because, like I said, my first 8 games, I felt like I played against 8 Hall of Famers as a rook. And I finally had to get over it because I said, I know I had to play against these gods,
Right.
but I'm going to let them know I'm a god too. And that was my mentality. Because you had to have that mentality. Them guys you're going to, you the Dr. J's and the Maguires and Worthy and all them. Because Worthy and I, we all came out in 79 out of high school. We actually, our high school senior class across the nation got voted as the greatest senior class ever.
Talk your talk.
Because of the level of professional athletes that they created. Yeah, we had a lot of guys in that class to go to pros.
And to speak of that class, like the aggression and knowing like the highlight factor was real back then. So even knowing that, you know, nowadays it's like the highlight countdown. It's cool. You done saw it before, but it was like it was demanded. Like you had to go out there and make the highlight. Like speaking of your iconic dunks, what's an iconic dunk that you remember and remember who you did it on?
Oh man, there's a lot of them, man. I think one of the ones that, and it's been a lot. Well, I think the one that they show a lot of is the one against Bob Lanier in Milwaukee where the clock was running down and I'm on the post. They throw it to me. I go to the middle. They cut me off. I went back baseline. And I jumped. And Bob Lanier, who was 6'11", covered the rim. I think he crossed his arms when he covered the rim. And I turned in air. He was coming down. I was still going up.
Still going
and
up.
I dunked it on him right before the buzzer. And that was one of my favorite dunks because most of my dunks in traffic, that was my favorite. You know, the dunks I had against Boston where I shot and it hit the rim and I caught it over like 3 or 4 guys. I mean, those type of plays kind of changes the momentum in the game. So, I mean, a lot of my favorite dunks, believe it or not, was in high school. In high school, I was looking in the rim. In high school, I was really
not even the one where you gliding all across the court.
Oh, in high school, man, you know, our point guard was a wonderful point guard, and it was every game on the jump ball, we were trying to get an alley-oop. Every game. If we got the tip, we had a design where we run wide, and he'd just throw up either corner of the backboard, and we would go get it.
Is there a moment in your career that you wish you could have done differently?
No, only thing that I regret that I didn't do is bring a championship here in Atlanta. I think that's the only thing I regret. But as far as if I would do anything differently, no, because what I did and the way I did it, it helped build character, personality, respect. And so, you know, winning a ring, a lot of times people don't understand. It ain't always about winning the ring. It's about competing to the highest level. Because I look at this, my ring was giving me the ability to play something that I love. That's my ring. And so, you know, there's only one team that wins every year. A lot of great players have never felt that, you know. So, you know, that's the nature of the beast. That's the way it is. But would I change anything? No. Maybe one thing, the money they make now, but, you know.
It's different. It's different.
Yeah.
These boys getting $256. Back then, a good 9 piece to be straight.
Yeah, I changed that.
$256.
You know? Oh, man, I can't even fathom that. You know, it's crazy.
That's crazy. Now, me and you enter the same part of the building of the arena, you know, and you got a statue. You got something that's out there that's very, you know what I'm saying, inspiring to the city. Like you said, like even though we ain't got no ring, it's you. The energy, the compassion, the aggression, the fight that you wanted to go out there and represent us. We feel that. And we're thankful for that. That is our ring. It's the love that you showed our city. That's our ring. Do you ever go into the front to even see the statue and just take it all in?
Let me tell you a funny story. First of all, let me just say this. What he captured in that statue is everything about who I am. And so when I saw it for the first time, man, I was blown away. I was so emotional I couldn't even shed a tear. That's how emotional I was, that choked up about it. Because it's not just about basketball when you receive something. It's what you've done in that city, how you connected with people, relationships, or everything. So, you know, when it went up, I remember a couple of times I went down, I drove by. So one day I stopped by there, I put a lawn chair there, had a beer. And I looked up as a big fella, we come along.
We come a long way.
You know, and that really felt good, man, because it was a moment in my life that I never dreamed of, you know. And even to this day, man, it's still surreal. So, you know, I was talking to Steve Koonin, our GM, and our president, CEO. I said, I rode by the statue the other day, and it looks a little ashy there, Steve. And y'all got
put some lotion on that
y'all
thing.
got to put some lotion on that.
It's still a bronze statue now.
Listen, I went back a couple weeks later. It was shining.
Oh,
yeah.
Shining.
Yeah. So it's just fun, you know, for people to see it, me go down and interact. Because sometimes I'll walk by there and I see people stop by, and they'll look at me, and it's like, "Is that you?"
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Yeah." Most people think it is.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
me.
no.
Yeah. It looked like me.
Yeah,
But it's just a pleasure to see people admire it, you know.
No, man, it's just amazing, man, just to see you, you know what I'm saying? Just get to smell your flowers while you still here, because like you say, it's not about the ring. It's about the love.
You know how many times I say that? You know, I said, don't wait till someone's gone before you give them their roses. Give them their flowers while they're here, and appreciate what they've done. You know, I remember when I first came in the league, and I said to Dr. J the first time I played, I said, you know, I grew up emulating everything you ever done. I just wanted to be that next doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to let you know how much you meant to my life. Indirectly, you really helped me elevate my game to a different level. And he said to me, he said, I know they calling you the next doctor, but it's only one Dominique Wilkins, one Dr. J, but today you can start learning. And I remember he had a great game against me, and I wasn't upset. I said, that's the doctor. That's my idol. You know, but once I got over that, you know, it was nothing but competing with us.
When did you realize I am Dominique Wilkins? When did you realize, like, you know what? I have to start making my own mark in the game because I'm here now.
I knew before I came in the league, to be honest with you, because before I came to the NBA, I used to work out. A lot of people didn't know this because you couldn't do it at the time, but I did it.
Right.
I worked out with Pete Maravich and Maurice Lucas. So I got one of the most skilled guys in history who was for his time, and Pete Maravich, and I got the toughest guy and one of the toughest guys that would play the game, and Maurice Lucas, the enforcer. So when I came to the NBA, I wasn't worried about nothing. I'm ready to go.
Right.
But the thing about coming to the NBA in those days is a top 3 picks in the draft. You still got to pay your dues.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I could have averaged 20, 25 plus my first year, but the old heads, as y'all say,
still busting.
And you know, I had Dan Roundfield, Eddie Johnson, and Tree Rollins, young fella. Just play the game. Don't try to do too much. Ain't your time yet. But once I got their blessing, because that very next year, I remember Dan Roundfield said, "Now it's time for you to be the captain. You earned it." So you had to earn their respect. You know, they didn't hand you the keys that early.
That's right. Okay, so speaking of being in the game, like, was there any time where you got knowledge from an individual that you was inspired by? You know, especially like once you come in and you actually meet somebody that you seen on TV. Yeah. You know, Dr. J, that was authentic. That was just so happened to be there. Yeah. Was it somebody like you were truly like, I want to meet this guy?
Well, he was the one. He was the one. The guys I really learned from when I first came, it was Dr. J. It was Maurice Lucas. Magic. I started playing summer ball with them before I came in. They made George Iceman Gervin. Them the guys, Moses Malone. Them the guys that I learned a lot from when I came late. God, these was not just superstars. These was legendary guys. Right. Still playing the game. And so I learned a lot from them. And I said, I want to be as good or better than those guys. And the only way you do that, you got to play against the greatest if you want to be the greatest.
And it's crazy that you said that. You played against the greatest, but not only did you play against the greatest, your career is longevity. And you can attest to this. In the NBA, 9 years that's cool. That's good. That's all right. You play long enough where you can establish, make you some money. Once you get into double digits, 10 and better, 12, 13, 14, Like you good. Like they trying to get every little juice about you.
Yeah, you know, I could have played 2 or 3 more years if I wanted to. I could have got to 19, 20 years.
Right.
But at that time, it was changing. It was about really kind of nurturing the young guys.
Be the vet.
You know, investing in it. Because I remember Chuck Daly said to me when I was in Orlando at the end of my career, and I was starting averaging like 19, 20 points and like 8, 9 rebounds. But I was only playing like 18 minutes a night.
That's still though.
And I remember he came to me and said, we're going to start Matt Harper because we need more scoring.
Right.
And I said, Chuck, let me say this to you. You don't have to blow smoke. I said, don't insult my intelligence.
Right.
I was leading the league in points per minute.
Right.
I said, if you want to start the young guys, hey, I'm not no problem with that. I understand things are changing.
That cool.
But don't come with me with that. Come on, really?
It's scoring 20 points in 20 minutes.
Yeah. And
You gonna score every minute.
Yeah, like, guys, this is what I've done. You know. So if it's about development, I'm cool with that. But let me know up front. This is what it is.
Right. It's about the business too.
Yeah, instead of insulting your intelligence.
Come back with correct.
Yeah. So I saw the change, and I said, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna retire and go into the front office, and that's what I did.
Say no more. Now you've been in the game for quite some time. Like, what is the most craziest fan interaction that you had? Because today's fans ain't fans.
Hey, no.
Back in the day was fans.
Hey, listen, they had a guy in Detroit called Leon the Barber. I can't even tell you the stuff he said.
Right.
Some of the stuff he said to us behind the bench, and he sat right behind our bench. And he had 2 big bodyguards sitting there. And some of the stuff he said you can't say on air. It's not clean enough for television.
But
it was bad.
People don't know that like fans back then was trash talkers.
But they didn't get thrown out because it wasn't for us. It was entertainment. We didn't get upset, get fans thrown out. We just didn't do it. Not unless a fan came out of the stands and did something. Right. But talking, hey, all they did is motivate us.
Right. Because it's supposed to make you bring the dog out.
Hey, because that shows you your toughness too.
Kind of like shut him
Why
up.
I'm gonna get that fan thrown out? He obviously is a fan of mine because he
came to see me play.
He's talking crazy, and because this is what motivates him. But there's something, that same fan, Leon the Barber, after the game would ask me for my shoes.
All the time.
So it was never personal. He was supporting his team, So it was a lot of fans around the league like that. I mean, we loved it. We embraced it.
Who was the best trash talker as a player?
Oh, man, a lot of my brother was one of them. Churro. Yeah, I remember he told me, he said, big bro, you ain't scoring no more tonight. I said, little bro, I got 40. I don't want to score no more. I'm done. As a matter of fact, coach, take me out. I don't even want to play no more.
Well, you asked to be taken out because you too good versus you asking the coach, why you taking me out?
The only reason I said that because he was talking trash, but it was a lot. Chuck Person, Indiana Pacers, oh, my God. It was almost like we fought every game. We had a fist fight or shoving, we had something every game.
Every game.
Yeah. And then you got Larry Bird. Larry Bird, if you wasn't ready, he took your heart.
Ooh.
Larry was great. And it was a lot. It was quite a few guys that talk like that, but Larry and Chuck was some of the best. Larry was number one because everything he said, he did it.
He backed it up.
He backed it up.
That's a bad boy.
He's a bad. And that's why, again, I hate when people ask. I had a guy ask me, did I think I could score 15 points a game in today's game?
Could you?
I said, is that a trick question? I said, which quarter?
I'm
like, are you serious?
Right.
And I said, I averaged 30 in the hand check era.
Right.
I said, what do you think I'd do if you can't touch me? I'm like, come on, man. Really?
Can't touch me.
We all like physical contact.
Facts.
Man, I wanted to bump and grind down around the basket because the thing about when you can feel a guy, you know how to play him.
I already know how you play.
I already know how you can play because if I can feel you, I got you.
Because
if I can make you commit one way, I'm going opposite. And people say, well, what do you mean by that? I said, a lot of times when you guys catch the ball, the first thing you do is dribble. Well, what you do when you can feel a guy, you commit one way or the other. If you feel him move to your right, you drop and go left. And those are all the things we learned in high school, college, to prepare us for the pros. So all that stuff, say up and under, drop step, power, we learned that at a very early age. The thing is how can you put pressure consistently on a team,
right,
if you don't attack.
Right. You have to attack.
See, my whole thing was, this is my strategy. If I'm playing against another great player on the other side of the ball,
Right.
if I can get 2 fouls on him early,
Mhm.
now I create an advantage for myself, because now he's not going to play me as hard.
He's
'Cause
gonna back
not
up.
try-
He's gonna back
not trying
up.
to get that 3rd foul.
Right.
And so you create that advantage early. Now you get going.
Mm-hmm.
Now the ball is going in the basket. You know, your level of confidence is elevated. And, you know, you're trying to get that 3rd foul on before you get to halftime.
I feel like we're getting our coaching on. And since we in our coaching, and this is Hawks and Friends, what you think them Hawks got to do, my man?
Well, first of all, we got to stay healthy, man. I mean,
Yeah.
injury, we've been hit with that injury bug, and, you know, we got guys out right now. But, you know, I got to give it to these guys, man. They still fighting.
Right. We got to
They still
fight.
fighting. They playing hard.
Got to fight.
You know, and each night it's a different guy to step up. You know,
Right.
Last game was Trey hitting a big shot,
Need that.
big 4th quarter
Yes,
that
sir.
he had. But, you know, you look at Reese, he played well that night. Dyson Daniels played well, and that's what you got to have when you're decimated.
Mhm.
You know, with injuries, you got to do it collectively. It's hard to do it with one guy.
Yes, sir. And that's crazy because as a collective, as the city, we all want to say thank you again for bringing that energy and that love. And that's why you got a statue. Ain't nobody got no statue.
You know what? There's only one jersey I felt good in throughout my career, and I'm not just saying this. It's a Hawk jersey. When I was with Boston and L.A. Clippers and I didn't feel right. I didn't look right in those jerseys.
He ain't look right in them colors,
Yeah,
man.
but-
Only this red and yellow matter, man.
That's right. That's right.
Box fade. He in the head. OG, it's an honor, man. Don't let this be your last.
Oh, no, we can do it anytime, man.
And
Just
then
let
we
me
at
know.
your crib.
Yeah.
They got a Picasso. He got a pool, and he got a gazebo. And don't nobody be over here. The gazebo
You're right.
for him.
You're right. Yeah, that tiny house when I want to get away from my grandkids, I go over there.
He got a tiny house to get away from his house. He got a house to get away from his original house. He tired of that house. Hey, man, it's a blessing and an honor, man. And, you know, like you said, we just want to continue to give you your flowers while you're here, and we appreciate you, and we're thankful for everything that you've done for the city.
Thanks, man.
And we're glad that you came and did it for our city. That's why I wore this jersey, let you know. Man, it's still here. That's crazy that you could do something so long ago, and it's still
You know what's
lasts.
funny?
I'm 33.
You know, you can get my jersey. I can't get it.
Why?
They said they had to order it, which is a good problem.
Yeah, I'm about to say, but you created it.
No, but no, then the Hawks will always make sure that I have jersey for the families and grandkids, and I have 2 great grandkids.
I'm a great uncle.
Oh, man, you're too young for a great uncle.
That what you say. My mama had me when she was 45. My daddy was 61, OG.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
My dad had graduated high school before you.
Show you right on that.
Show you right. Hey, OG, Atlanta, man, you know what's up, man. Hey, man, it's a great episode on Hawks and Friends. Get it.
Yeah, this is my area.
You
here.
got to have a pad, man.
You know, only time I really come in the house, I'm gonna eat
Right.
or go to sleep.
Right.
But these 2 rooms.
This the getaway, man.
This is my humidor right
That's why I
here.
can't wait till my house is done so I can get my pad.
So I got my pads down on here.
Right.
You know why these are here, right?
Because
when you're smoking here, you can't burn my chairs.
fat. Oh, okay.
this is
I need some of these
This is
then.
to cover my chairs.
I thought it was just like, you know how old
No,
folks
no.
keep the plastic on their furniture.
Well, it's something like that.
Okay.
It's something
We
like
know folk
hey,
booty
you-
stank right
hey,
here.
hey,
This is a booty rub.
Hey, look, I don't want nobody, burning holes in my chairs. But both these areas it's like my
You drink.
cigar bar.
You drink.
Yeah, I got a little
See,
stuff.
this one like more family oriented. Even when the family want to get out, but this one I had my business meeting.
I have a lot of meetings out here.
Yeah.
We do a lot of podcasts from time to time out here, but I wanted this to look more like a log cabin.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with
That's
that.
And then, I have my own,
You got your own cognac.
I got my own bourbon.
Get your own bourbon.
I'm going to give you a bottle.
Yeah, give me a bar. Oh, this
That one's
whiskey
yours.
too.
That was yours.
Walking around the crib with it. That's what we doing.
I built the floor myself. I did the floor myself.
So you telling me you got down here and you put
Screwed
this?
it, leveled it, sand,
Until you realized you needed somebody professional to finish it.
No, I finished it.
For real?
Yeah, I did this whole floor. I did this backsplash here, that whole wall there.
That's fine.
And only thing I had, because we had shingles at the top.
You got to get rid of the shingles.
So I had somebody could do the roof, but the floor stuff I did.
Oh yeah, that's.
Then I came and put heating in the air, and then I put, cigar.
So you be reconstructing houses too.
I ain't gonna say all that, but
I mean, anybody that can do a flow, that's the start of something. Yeah. You need a flow before you get a building.
No, I'm really handy. And
yeah,
so
I like that. So I'm a country boy myself.
I built a lot. Even the little boards on my tiny house, I built those. I put those boards on.
Oh, that's all right, though.
And actually, we took my old fence down, but my uncle and I built the fence.
Y'all built the fence too?
Yeah.
You dug it up.
Oh yeah.
Stuck the wood down.
Yeah, I got my nail gun and the whole thing.
You know that's engineering.
That's engineering.
Right.
That's engineering.
See, people don't know that's engineering.
I've always been a handyman. I come from a family that the men of the family always worked.
You got to.
And work inside and out.
Right.
So yeah.
Got to get dirty.
Yeah. Yeah. Only thing I like when my kids, they come here, they take basketballs and they throw them all over the yard and I got to come pick it up.
I'm about to say, I thought that was a boat. I'm going to say, you don't do no fish?
Oh, no.
You don't fish?
Oh, well, yeah,
okay.
I do. I bass fish.
Okay.
Been bass fishing. My dad, father from North Carolina, that's all they did. Fish and hunt. I used to hunt too. I used to steal my grandfather. He had a gun to shoot 16 times. It was silent. I used to go out and shoot at the barn.
Boy, see, I thought I was good. I ain't good. I'm going to keep this bourbon right here. This my championship trophy.
Yeah. That is excellent bourbon.
And you know, I don't drink, but I'm going to drink that.
I'm not much of a drinker. Usually it's for other people.
Right.
I kind of experiment a little bit, but I'm not a big time. Well, I'm getting ready to replace this whole floor because I've had it here for a minute and it's starting to fade. Mm-hmm. So CBA Sports, which I'm partnered with, this is what we do. We do outdoor courts. Right. We do indoor courts. And yeah, you got it down.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it right.
You got the silhouette down.
We ain't playing. What?
Hey, wow.
That's the box fade I was talking about, man.
Hey, that's funny. So we have a court building company. Actually, I have my own signature floor coming out.
Right.
How
would they? Because I refer them to me.
I got you. This is what, if you want a court, just call me and I'll make sure they get over and look at your property.
Yeah, I need one.
Matter
of fact, I want this same silhouette. Matter of fact, I want this same court.
You know what? That's what I'm gonna do.
With the Hawks logo.
Make sure he get my information, and I'll send the guy to help because they'll come out and look at your property.
Same court.
See where you want it, and
I got ups now.
And see, this is also a tennis court too,
right?
Because you have rebounders here. These are rebounders,
right?
And then you have the hookup.
These right here, rebounders.
Yeah, that's the rebounders.
For the tennis.
I mean, actually, like if you want here shooting by yourself,
right?
You can, this is your rebound.
So what's your technique of a perfect jump shot?
Well, I don't know what it is now, but back then it's just it's going straight up and down, give balance, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm pigeon-toed, so I'm like this, go straight up and down.
It go crazy. Let me see.
Yeah, you gotta have form, baby. You gotta have form. I'm old man now, I can't shoot it like I used to.
Don't worry about it.
That's a good looking shot.
That's a good looking shot. Nah, coach told me that I wasn't gonna be there.
But I'm gonna tell you though, the first thing I would tell you,
right.
Start right here.
See,
most kids,
you just
what's
said
the first shot they take?
The three.
A three.
You
know what? See the ball go down. Take an easy shot. You know what I mean? Take like two of them and then you step out.
Right.
Knock down like two of those. There you go. Now you can step out or go to the corner, whatever you comfortable with. Now you done seen that ball go down.
Right.
I've coached both of my sons.
Both of them? See, but look.
And my daughter.
Isn't that like a blessing for you to give off some game to your loved one, especially that you know that they can use?
I think we have a social responsibility to give back what we've learned.
Right.
And when I hear people say, oh, well, I'm not a role model, I don't like being a role model, but you are. Once you put in that position,
right,
you have an obligation to give it back.
Right.
That's why if you ever see me with bodyguards, all that stuff, how can you connect to people if people can't
even touch you.
interact with you, touch you? I mean,
Right.
so that's why I get respect from places I go, especially in the city of Atlanta, because I'm one of you guys.
That's how I like when I'm moving in the city. Like I understand when I'm out. That's cool.
Certain times you may need that.
But when I'm in the city, man, I don't need no security. I know how to move around these neck of the woods.
I go to the grocery store.
I'm outside.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I go to the grocery store, all that stuff, and people are like, "Hey, Nick, how you doing?" Because they see me so much.
How you doing?
So I don't have to have all that around.
Right.
So
right, and that's how you stay connected with the earth, with life. Yeah. You already know what's going on because I'm a just because I do this, I'm still a human being.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's why people love you, because when you do that, man, you got a little jump shot there.
Man, I tried to do a little something. Once he told me I wasn't gonna be nothing, I put the jump, I put it down. I put everything down.
Hey, so my youngest son, 6'11", right?
Right.
He used to come out here, him and his friends all the time, and they kept the goal, and all they wanted to do is dunk. I said, man, put the goal up. What are you doing?
Right.
I said, if you want to learn how to play the game, put it up 10 feet.
Right.
Well, Dad, it's just me and the fellas, man. I put the goal up. I mean, I'm screaming at him all the time.
Right.
Now he finally realized why.
Because he done tried on this.
Learn anything with the
7-footer, you ain't doing that.
I see him, and actually, it was a little bit lower than this. I'm like, come on, son. So the funniest thing, so as he got taller, I think he was 6'8" at the time. Mm-hmm. He had a couple of his friends come over, and he asked me to come out and play with them. I said, I don't know, I'll be out there in a minute, son. So I saw him on the court from the window, and he kept looking back and see if I was coming.
See if you were coming.
I said, you know what?
I got to call.
I got to go.
I got to call.
So it was me and him against two of his guys, and these kids were like 6'8", both of them 6'8", and and one of the guys said, "Don't worry about his pops. This guard Jacob." I like, what?
What? You tried me?
Oh man, I was wearing this little kid out, right? And so he tried to go by me. He hit me in the chest. My son said, "Oh, he hit a brick wall."
You gonna learn today, son?
Hey, I heard for 2 weeks. That was the last time.
Yeah, that was it.
No, that wasn't in my forte.
Right.
As playing
as
with
an OG
kids every day.
Yeah.
And it wasn't in my wheelhouse. So
I'm just gonna give you some game.
It was fun while it lasted. Because I knew he wanted me.
He just wanted that experience.
He wanted me to come out.
He wanted that experience.
Tell his, say his friend, his dad out there playing.
I remember me and Dad to bust y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta pull that goal up. But first of all, it's a God-given talent, a gift of being able to elevate, But somebody dunk for the first time, make sure the goal is at a height that you can reach it.
I'm serious.
I believe my first dunk was 13 years old.
I actually dunked the 10-footer before. I don't think I can do it again. I mean, I don't say can't in my vocabulary. I can. See, practice makes perfect. I don't practice to dunk.
I just noticed that shirt, man.
Yeah, we don't play.
That's a nice shirt.
We don't play, man. We represent right here in Atlanta, man. We get it in blood, and we represent.
All right, they want to see what you got. See what you got.
It's all about which dunk you want me to do. Wait, off the backboard? I'm finna go crazy. Okay, they want it off the backboard. Off the backboard. I'm throwing it up too high for myself.
That was one of my slam dunk contest winning dunks there.
See, but this now I got to perfect.
It's all timing, baby. It's all timing.
It's all about time.
It's all about time.
It's all about how you bounce. I ain't know that backboard
was too hard.
I ain't know that backboard had a little semen on.
Oh yeah, that's it. There you go.
Dunk contest now done got soft.
Hey, oh man.
They be doing stuff, looking at it. I be like, you ain't do nothing. And you know what?
Now McClone is doing it again this year.
Right.
For a three-peat.
Right.
It's amazing because you got a guy coming out of G League.
Talking about the little short one. Yeah, he been doing the thing.
If I'm an NBA player, man, I'm embarrassed.
Embarrassed.
G League guy beat me.
Embarrassed.
No, sir.
Okay. So think about it like this, right? How you looking at it? How do you see that right now? You don't have to make it to the NBA. They got so many.
That's what it's saying.
They got so many avenues. You right, coach. I probably won the NBA player, but I'm an NIL Europe League player.
Yeah.
You never taught me that. I only thought NBA was the only way.
You know what? If you're an NBA player, you work all your life to get to this level.
Right.
And ain't nobody at this level.
Right.
And that's I'll pay you. I'm sure Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson,
right,
ain't come and beat me.
Right.
No, not happening. Because it's pride.
Right.
You know, pride. It's all about pride, man. You know, hell, we were going at the toughest guy.
Right.
To do the contest.
Right.
You know, and you had to bring it. You know, my first dunk contest was Dr. J, Larry Nance, Darryl Griffith. I mean, these are legendary dunkers that was in this dunk contest.
Right.
And again, I didn't do very well in that dunk contest because I'm stargazing because of Dr. J. That was my guy, you know. And so once I got over that next year, I said, I'm not going to just be in a dunk contest.
I got to improve. I got to show myself.
I said, I'm going to win it.
Right.
And I won it that next year. So, you know, that was my mentality. Again,
right.
I played the game at one speed. That was all out.
Right.
That's the only way I knew how to play.
Right.
You know, I wasn't going to come at you. And I get out on the break, ain't nobody beat me down for it. And you look at guys like myself, James Worthy, Pippa, how fast we ran the lanes.
I think suicide, all that came about. Ain't nobody suicide no more.
When we ran the fast break, we wasn't going to stop at the 3-point line. We get into that rack, especially early in the game.
I see. Okay,
we get into the rack because
see,
again,
now you talking.
Easy too.
Right.
And you get a chance to get it.
I see too many people right here.
So when you want a fast break and there's nobody between you and the basket, especially early in the game. Now, late in the game close, you need to be, of course. But early in the game,
punch it.
You get that too easy too. Now you're seeing the ball go in the basket.
But this what we see.
You don't start pressing.
We seeing 3-4 people in the 3-point line, one person at the post. And you got one person on the side, like he waiting on him to come over here with the, and you like, ain't no move. Y'all ain't set up no plays.
The classic way of running a fast break is when you get it to that point guard.
Right.
And you fill the lanes. You go wide and then you cut in. So you got a choice, either side. Now, if they don't get it, you go through and you cross.
Right.
Now the big guy come down and you have what they call a secondary break. So the ball never stops.
So check this out, right? Just like you said, if you would have missed 4-5 shots back then, you getting out the game.
Oh, I coach.
They got centers coming up the court with the ball. When we start doing that?
But see, the thing is, the object of the game is to get the ball up the floor as quickly as possible by any means necessary. So yeah, I brought the ball up the floor a lot, but I was pushing it.
Right.
But most time, I wanted to be the one to finish the play, not start it. So I get that ball to Doc Rivers, Spark, Webb, and I just fill those lanes.
Right.
Because I know it's coming back to me.
But how you gonna get a rebound if your center bringing the ball up?
So many layups and dunks and one plays at the rim because we was willing to run. We ran the ball on the floor, makes and misses.
So we'll never get secondary chances if our center is bringing the ball up. Who gonna get the rebound?
The guard.
How? When he ain't taller than the power forward.
Yeah, but again, it was just a different way of playing back then. I was trying to be very efficient.
Right.
And how you do that? You gotta attack. See the ball go in the basket. Get to the free throw line. And you see in the mid range, I was doing all that mid range stuff way back then.
How you feel about people doing this? Because I see this a lot. Guard or power forward, whichever want to beat their man. You can tell it ain't in their contract to shoot too many shots.
Right.
They got a free shot.
I already know what you're saying.
And here they go. You know what I'm gonna get to you.
Hey.
God. Well, that gets on my nerves.
It drives me crazy with big guys to see them get right here.
And they pass the ball.
If you did that back on a big guy would have passed that ball back out when you right here, again, especially early in the game.
Right.
You might not see a lot of playing time because you're giving up an easy. Maybe.
For he ain't gonna make it.
Because this is a high percentage shot. But I see so many guys, rim is right there, and he do this, throw it out. That's bizarre to me. Because even as a smaller guy, I'm not a center, I'm a small forward.
Right.
If I got the ball in here, it ain't coming out. I'm trying to get this guy in foul trouble and get it easy too. The thing you don't see, I had a jump hook.
Right.
You know, I get the ball here. For
Right.
example, I get a step,
Right.
dribble, using this.
I'm using my
leverage.
ball to give
I
me
don't have to- I don't have
room.
to throw it out, but just hold the guy at bay. Got a
Right.
jump hook. Or if I get it right,
Right.
and like I said, come here for a second. Let me show you something.
Right.
If I go this way and you go with me, right?
Right.
Then go with me. So if I move, go with me. I'm this.
You gone.
Right?
You gone.
You're,
Right.
You're done.
You gone.
You know, or if you guard me,
Right.
I take a step up, I
Right.
rip through,
Right.
then I come through.
Right.
Or I go the opposite way.
You got options.
Then I go this way.
Right.
Then I throw it off the glass and in.
Right.
You know, that's the things we were taught. You know.
I just think about how many people wanted to kill me when I pushed LeBron.
I remember that.
I thought the fans was gonna ride with me. I was like, stand up, Hawks fans. They like, nah, that's the key.
America. Welcome to a brand new episode of Hawks and Friends, man. You know what? This feel like the backyard. It feel like my homeboy came back, you know what I'm saying? It feel like the one who went to college and came back to the high school just to make sure the team's still good. We got an icon in the building. We got an ATL's legend in the building. NBA champ, NBA All-Star, one of ATL's own, Jeff Teague.
Appreciate y'all having me on the show.
Oh, man, it's an honor, my guy. Welcome back to the city.
I'm hyped. You know, every time I come back to Atlanta, it's always like home. I had to eat some JR crickets when I first got back.
Facts.
Yeah. Probably get some American
You
deli.
ain't go to the Blue Flame, did you?
Nah, I ain't been there yet.
Okay.
On
Tell
my
the
way.
folks I'm home.
On my way.
You on your way. Nah, man. So, look, man, what was your favorite memory of playing with ATL Hawks?
Getting drafted here. I got drafted here 20 years old, get drafted, living out your dream to come to Atlanta.
Right.
One of the greatest cities in the world. And then, like, be able to play with the Hawks and some of my favorite players growing up, like a Mike Bibby,
Right.
Joe Johnson, those guys. It was just dope.
So, speaking of that moment, like that draft day when the Hawks called your name, like, give us that rundown.
Yeah, I was at home. I didn't work out for the Hawks, so
Right.
I didn't know anything about Atlanta. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana,
Right.
and I really didn't travel like that. I went to North Carolina, Wake Forest,
Right.
moved to North Carolina, and that's really was my furthest I ever been. So
Right.
then when I get called by the Hawks, I knew nothing about Atlanta. And my brother was like, Lil John. That's all I kept saying. Like,
yeah.
Lil John. He about to be with Lil John. And I was like,
And that's crazy. That's the first person he called
I
out?
swear, Lil John. He about to be with Lil John.
Did you see him?
I ain't never meet Lil John, but
Okay. Say no
right.
more. Man, you know what? You was a part of a unique squad, man. That 2014-15 squad, like, it's hard to build momentum. It's hard to actually build a team that you can trust. Like, tell us about that squad.
it was an unbelievable group. We played together. We enjoyed playing with one another. We just wanted to win.
Right.
And we thought we had a team to win a championship. I think we had a really good season. I mean, we
Y'all
went up
did.
against LeBron.
Y'all did.
It's going to be tough to beat LeBron, but that group, we played good together. We enjoyed playing for one another. We wanted to win, and we didn't care who got the glory.
Right.
We just like, man, if we win, we all going to win, and that's what it was.
What did you miss most about that 2014-15 series?
What I miss? I just miss the guys, like seeing them today.
Right.
And like being around Kyle and Paul. Even though we don't talk every day, but when we get around each other, man, it's like old times. We were just reminiscing about all the good stuff that we did. Just riding the bus rides, talking crazy on the court. Me and Kyle used to do a shooting game every day. Obviously, he was a way better shooter than me, but I beat him a couple times. And I made sure to let him know when I won. And we was just talking about some of those moments.
Now, you done played in a couple eras, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, to be in the game, what how y'all said, like, after 7 to 8 years, you are now like a super veteran.
Yeah.
People don't really last that long. So explain how the game changed from when you first started out.
When I first started, it was like a slow game. You threw the ball in the post,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had Joe Johnson. I was on the team with Joe, so he got the chance to play ISO a lot. Then as the years went on, it was way more three-point shots. Like, you didn't shoot fast break threes when I first got in the league.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. All this
Nah,
Steph Curry.
nah, you ain't do
Shoot
that.
that now, you getting kicked out the game.
Yeah, but now you got to shoot them. So, like, watching that, just that whole transition is crazy. But it was just cool to be able to be a part of both of those eras, so I get to hear the old heads talk crazy about how bad the game is, but then I was also part of the era where you got to shoot a bunch of threes, so it's cool.
So give us a teammate who had like the biggest impact on your career, because it's a lot of ins and outs when it comes to the game and when it comes to the business. Like, who was that big bro for you?
Man, it was a guy, Dominique Wilkins, Dominique's nephew. He was on the team with us 1 year, and I was my second year in the league. He just pulled me to the side because I loved Atlanta.
Right.
And when I say I loved Atlanta, I was outside.
That means you was outside.
Yeah, I was outside.
Right.
So he just pulled me in and like let me know you can do both, but you got to keep the main thing the main thing.
Right.
And it kind of really saved my career because I was on a path of I was going to be out of there. You know, you don't play long. It's only 4 years is like the average career.
Right.
I was in year 2 and I wasn't playing that much. So he pulled me to the side and he helped me out.
So speaking of not playing that much and knowing your potential and knowing, like, cause I watched you grow here and I watched you become a starter. I watched you go to the other team you played for and become a champion. I know it hurts, but just talk that elevation and that transition in the game when you got to wait your turn and when it's time for you to shine, that's when you got to go out there and give it your all.
Yeah, at that time when I came in the league, you had to learn. Like, not too many people just started right away. You had to be like the top 10 pick, top 5 pick, and you got your chance to start. It's a little different now, but I had to wait my turn. We had Mike Bibby here.
Right.
Mike was a vet. He was
Super
a good
vet.
player. He was nice.
Right.
So I had to wait my turn, and he got traded. Kurt Heinrich came here. He was starting. Then he got hurt, and it was just my opportunity to play. And I just tried to make the most of it, and I ran off with it. And I try not to look back.
Pop it. Now we gon' pivot a little bit because I seen the pick. Everybody seen the pick. You know the pick I'm talking about. Go on, pull it up. Pull it up on the app. Bleep, bleep, click this one.
Now when I got left by the bus.
Damn. That was it? With you holding the pizza?
Yeah, they left me, man.
And that's why you holding the pizza, bro?
Yeah, so my sister had came to the game in Detroit, and she hadn't seen me play before.
Right.
So I was out after the game. You get to go talk to your family. I was talking to her, and we just chopping it up. And I started looking around the arena. I'm like, dang, ain't nobody else out here. I'm like, I know I ain't the only one with some family in Detroit. Then I go to the back, and the dudes on the Detroit, the ball boys was like, dang.
They left you.
They left you, bro.
But don't they do a roll call?
Yeah, they forgot. I guess I didn't get the call. So I start calling all the phones. And I'm like, hey, y'all left me, come back.
Right.
And they like 10 minutes out. They come back, and I get on the bus. You know, if y'all don't know me, I talk crazy all the time. I'm like, hey, how y'all gonna leave me? I'm playing.
Right.
And coach was like, sit yo. And he got me up out of there. He was hot.
Damn.
I'm like, how you mad at me? And
how
you
you
left
mad
me?
at me for leaving me?
You left me. But it's all good.
It's all good. But I know a phone call you did get. And that was to tap into this media space.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you got a podcast, Podcast Club 520.
Yep.
You dig? Like, what made you start getting into the media world?
Man, my homeboys that I do the podcast with, they were already doing a podcast. And I was just like, went on their show one day and I had fun.
Right.
And I was like, man,
I
can do that.
Right.
I was like, I can do that. But I was like, I'm really kind of crazy. I'm like, I'm a little raw.
Right.
And they like, that's what we like. We like raw. We gonna keep it real. And once we started doing it, it just started flowing and it was cool.
Now speaking of raw, you got like the best story. Like, I be tuned in, gang. You got some of the best stories. Give us a real like dope behind the scene NBA story that you ain't exclusive. A Hawks of Friends exclusive.
NBA story.
Yeah.
I can't think of nothing right now. I gotta be put in the moment. So that's the thing about our podcast. We don't just tell stories.
Right.
It be organic, like something that happened, and I'll be like, man, I remember.
All right, well, since we in the Hawks,
because like you came on the show.
I remember, and we was talking. Yeah, I'm talking about it got real. I was like, dang, am I supposed to even say that? Yeah. Okay, but we in the Hawks. What happened here that you could think of? Every time you come in, you think about it. You like, boy.
I just think about how many people wanted to kill me when I pushed LeBron.
I remember that.
I thought
you got that beat up out here.
I thought the fans was gonna ride with me. I was like, stand up, Hawks fans. They like, nah, that's the key.
No, man. So when you down here in the A, like, I know you bust a couple old you know what I'm saying, corners and some of your old favorite spots that you used to hit. Like, what's the Jeff Teague favorite restaurants when he in ATL?
Well, I used to eat U.S. Cafe a lot. I don't know if that's still open. But J.R. Crickets was my spot. American Deli obviously was my spot too.
I think American Deli got crack in it, man.
When I was younger, when I first got here, I used to like Mary Mac's. I don't know what it's hitting on
Mary
now.
Mac, what is it?
It's downtown. It's down here.
Oh yeah,
y'all
see,
never,
that's down from the
been
west side. We ain't gonna know
Mary
Mary Mac.
Mac's?
I know a lady named Miss Mary.
Yeah, but that was really it. Obviously, you know, Lou know where the good chicken was.
Yeah, you already when you brought Lou in, I already knew. All I saw was. You know what? Okay, that's crazy because I need this card right here. Look at the dollar. Fell in my lap. So look, this is speed round right here, gang.
Okay.
Because we got to go back out here and see these Hawks. You know what? Hold on, before we get into speed round, because you talk. I cannot let you get out of here. This just hit my mind like a light bulb, like ding. Because you raw. I want you to tell the truth. How do you feel about our Hawks right now?
I'm a fan of the team. I know we went through some tough injuries.
Right.
Jalen Johnson.
Right.
I think he an all-star.
He's a super beast.
Yeah, I think he cold. Obviously, Trae Young is who he is.
Super
All-star.
beast.
Cold. I think when you got those two as your foundation going forward,
Right.
they in good hands.
Did you like our trades? Do you think we won?
George Niang, he was my rookie.
Right.
When I got traded from here to the Indiana, George was on the team with me. He was my rookie, so that's my guy.
Okay, that's
so
your
I'm
dog.
yeah, that's my dog. I'm hype he here,
Right.
Because I know what Atlanta is like, and
Right.
I know he love the city. We already talked about it. He love it here already.
Right.
So good to see him here playing with Coach Q already with Quinn. They played in Utah together. Well, he coached them in Utah, so I know that's gonna be a good blend. I like Karis LeVert. He can hoop, and I like T-Man.
him. He aggressive.
Yeah, T-Man good too.
good.
Everybody we got in the trade is dope.
Okay.
D Hunt was my guy.
That was my dog.
So when I got traded back here, when seeing D Hunt leave, and he was having a heck of a year.
He was having a heck of a.
So I mean, they gotta do what they gotta do.
I know, man, it's business, but you know.
I understand the business side. So,
Yeah,
but
I
D Hunt was
understand.
having a heck of a year. But
Yes, he
shout out to
was.
them. I like the guys we got though.
Yeah, I do too. All right. Okay, here we go. We got the speed round because we got to go see the guys play because, you know, they're Formula Lane trying to build energy, and we got to make sure we see play by play. Okay. Favorite Hawks jersey?
The Pac-Man.
Okay. Toughest defender you ever had to go up against?
Toughest defender. Thabo Cephalosha.
Ooh, okay. Best trash talker you ever played with or against?
Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, he talking. He talking
Yeah.
heavy. First NBA jersey you ever owned?
Penny Hardaway.
Penny Hardaway. Okay. Hey, man, there you have it. ATL. Listen, man, y'all really called this exclusive. Like, they really was calling in, sending in emails like, you got to get Jeff Teague. Soon as we had Joe on here, I don't know how many more NBA players we going to have, but y'all are more than welcome, bro, and we appreciate you for stopping by,
I appreciate
dog.
y'all having me, man. It's
Keep
dope.
doing your thing.
Me too, brother.
Most definitely. And make sure y'all stay tuned, America, and make sure you watch Jeff Teague Podcast Club 520 as well. You did? Hawks and Friends. Out.
No more.
They sent the DVD back.
Back then it was VHS.
Okay.
All right.
I
This
was
before
there.
your time.
I had
You don't
VHS.
remember VHS.
I had
Stop
VHS.
playing. Don't lie to these people.
I had
You know what a
party tapes.
VHS is? Okay.
I had
all
Ninja
right,
Turtle
all right.
tapes.
Okay. So you do know about VHS.
Yeah. America, once again, welcome to another episode of Hawks and Friends, man. Listen.
Oh, that's what the AF stands for.
yes, that's what the
And
AF.
Friends.
I thought it was too.
They said DC Young Fly was hosting a podcast, and it was called Hawks AF.
No,
I said, oh, they have let the nephew loose. I was
No, not too
confused for a
loose.
second.
not too loose.
Okay, all right. So we still want brands.
Yeah, we still on brand.
advertise.
We still on brand. But I
Okay.
got to give you the proper introduction.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I'm
You
sorry.
an
know what?
icon.
Go ahead. My bad.
You a
My bad.
legend.
It's because we know each other.
Yeah,
and
this
because
my
we be
dog
hanging
right
out.
here.
Yeah, go ahead. Do it
But
right.
I
Do it
have
right.
to let the people know,
Yes.
okay? Now, today's guest, all right, my OG, man, someone I could call on, especially when I have, you know what I'm saying, advice, when I need advice. He's a Hollywood icon, filmmaker, producer, director, handling his business. Make some noise for Will Packer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, baby.
Come on now.
Come on.
Come on now.
It's good to be here. How you feeling?
Man, it feel good.
Yeah?
Hawks, they gave me a job.
Yeah,
You dig what
I
I'm
see
saying?
that.
They told me to come on back.
So this is job number 3,729.
3,729.
The crazy thing is that you lied to these people and told them you didn't have a job, and that's how you got this one. And that's why I love you.
But you know what I did tell them?
What'd you tell them?
I wanted to add the money to the tickets.
Yes.
Because the season tickets are expensive.
They are tough.
They
tough.
How's it going, man?
Listen, I'm still on my Hollywood grind.
Yes.
I'm blessed.
Yes.
I cannot lie. I'm here chilling with you.
Right.
Hawks gonna pull off a win tonight.
Right.
I'm feeling good. I really am.
Are you a Hawks fan?
Of course. What do you mean? Oh, I'm a longtime Hawks board member.
Oh.
Yeah.
Board member. Hold on. Wait a minute. I didn't
Yeah.
even know there was different
levels.
boards.
Yeah.
Levels. So what you mean by board
There
member?
are. Yes. Yes.
You mean like you got to say so?
Well,
On
you
this
know,
trade?
well, I'm not gonna say that. No,
Okay.
I have nothing to say
Okay.
on the actual basketball operations.
Okay.
This is the philanthropic board, sir.
Okay.
You know, we give back to the community and do
Yes,
all
sir.
those things. And so Mr. Tony Russell and Jamie Gertz, very good friend of mine.
Yes, sir.
Majority owners of the Hawks, they invited me to be a part of the board.
That's
So I have been a longtime member of the board, and now they're transitioning, so I'll go on and do some other stuff. But I was proud of my time on the Hawks board.
Okay, so
You know it's levels, DC. You know
I know
that,
it's
brother.
levels, so I'm trying to get
You
on the
know,
board
you
next
know,
time.
Well,
Speaking of boards,
easy.
Now you've
okay?
been on the Atlanta board for quite some time, like
Yeah.
especially in the film industry. Like,
Yeah.
how is it different from when you first got into the game to what you see filmmakers now today?
Oh, it's different. Yeah, the game is constantly changing.
Right.
And I tell people that all the time, right? If you want to get into film, I've had this conversation before.
Right.
You have to be malleable and you have to know your audience,
Right.
right? Because a lot of people are always trying to get to folks like me and other Hollywood executives.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But the major media companies are looking for people, honestly, DC, I would say this whether you're here or not, but
Right.
like you, that have a brand. So I'm telling people all the time, your brand is very important.
Right.
And so what that means is that you got to be careful with what you're doing all the time.
All the time.
Okay.
Just can't just produce anything.
You can't produce everything. You
Right.
can't tweet and post everything.
Right.
Because it is your brand. You're building a brand.
Right.
But what you want to do is you want to have an audience that connects with you. You want to have an audience that will follow you wherever you go, and then the media companies will come.
Mhm.
So I'm telling people all the time, don't think that you can only get into Hollywood by going through gatekeepers like myself,
Right.
because there is a way, especially now, this is the time of what I like to call the democratization of media,
Right.
right? If you're somebody that has an amazing idea and amazing talent, you can go out and take it directly to the people.
Right.
And so I encourage folks to do that.
And if they
But
like it,
then you have
build a
power.
brand.
Absolutely.
Right.
The media players like myself, we will come find you.
Hmm.
Right.
Mhm.
And so that's why I encourage people to do. So I'm still out here. The game has definitely changed, but I think in a good way.
Right.
It's changed because there's more opportunities.
Mhm.
As tough as it is, it's still very tough. This is an industry just like sports,
Right.
entertainment, very high profile industries that a lot of people want to get into. But the reality is that if you are grinding and
Right.
building your own brand and building your own audience, folks will find you.
So speaking to building a brand, because when we did Almost Christmas,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
appreciated you,
Yes,
OG David
yes,
Talbot, you
yes,
did.
yes.
You put me alongside some stars,
Was that
baby.
your theatrical debut?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
DC on the big screen.
And to this day, man, I'm so grateful.
If you haven't seen it yet, Almost Christmas.
It's
DCI
every Christmas.
Every Christmas it is a staple.
It's every
You
Christmas.
got a lot of people that tune into that movie every Christmas. DC steals the show.
I mean,
tell you that right
I
now.
appreciate the opportunity, and I always tell you that because it doesn't matter how far we get in the game. I think as peers and you know what I'm saying, comrades, we always got to tell each other when we're appreciative and when we're thankful.
100%.
Because that little boost is the boost that I needed.
Yeah.
Or that little boost showed the world, like, look, he's on his way.
Yeah.
And it's on you to continue to grind. Now, you came from FAMU now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You-
the
when you-
Florida A&M
the
University.
Florida
In
A&M
case there was
University.
ever any mistake, which there
So,
should never be.
The journey from FAMU
Yeah.
to where you are now, like,
Yeah.
to stay consistent and stay hungry, because you and Kev, like,
Yeah.
y'all don't play.
Yeah. Kev Hart.
Y'all don't play.
Me and Kev are each other's most frequent collaborators.
Right.
Kevin Hart has never worked with another producer as much as he
More
worked with me,
than
and
you.
I've never
Right.
worked with another actor as many times I've worked with him.
Right.
You know what the commonality is, D? The work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Hart is going to work hard.
Right.
You're not going to outwork him, and you're not going to outwork Will Packer.
Talk.
And so if you're watching this podcast right now, you're saying, well, I want to get to where DC fly is. I want to
Mhm.
get to where Will Packer is.
Mhm.
The answer is that you have to go out and make sure that you're outworking all your peers.
Right.
That's the bottom line.
Right.
People don't want to hear that. It's not a magical formula that you can put together.
Right.
And a lot of times people think because we are in the age of social media, you can just put up a post and hit send and get a trillion views and now you're rich.
So a lot of people don't understand the hustle. They don't know where to find the grind. They think that once somebody tells you no, it's over with.
Right.
So when you say outwork your peers, you have to consistently take the yeses and the nos.
Correct.
You have to take the nos as if it was a door saying you can't enter this door, but there's a door down the street.
Let me tell you why no's can be good.
Right.
I call them fortuitous no's.
Mm-hmm.
A no can actually cause you to adjust what you're doing, to think about the game differently.
Correct.
I have been told no so many
Different
times,
perception.
man. It changes your perception because just because you got told no
Uh-huh.
doesn't mean that dream, that endeavor, whatever you're trying to do is dead.
Right.
It means you might have to adjust it. You might have to go about it differently.
Correct.
And in going about it differently, you can actually make it better.
Correct.
That's the thing that I want people to know. I didn't get to where I am because I just got told yes a bunch of times.
Correct.
I got told no so many times. I was constantly falling on my face, constantly failing, but I never accepted it as failure. I never accepted somebody telling me what I couldn't do as the final answer. I got the final answer.
Right.
You got the final answer.
Right.
You got the final answer.
Right.
Whatever you say is what ultimately goes, not somebody else because they got some position of power. So somebody telling you no is really just an opportunity for you to tweak what you're doing, think about it in a different way, and come out better.
And to speak on that, back then it was not too many black filmmakers or film production companies. And when you came from FAMU, you took your education and your knowledge and you said, let me start to apply it.
Yes.
And you came out with Rainforest Films.
That's real.
Come on now. Like, explain a little bit about Rainforest.
Yeah. So coming straight out of FAMU,
right.
We made a little tiny movie while we were there. It's called Chocolate City.
Right.
And we sent it to Hollywood, and Hollywood didn't care. They sent it back. They said, please don't send us nothing no more.
They sent the DVD back?
They said, back then it was VHS.
Okay.
All right, stay with me.
Okay.
Right,
I'm with it. I was there. I had VHS.
You don't remember VHS. Stop playing. Don't lie to these people.
I had porn
tapes.
Okay.
I
had Ninja Turtle tapes.
Okay. So you do know about VHS.
Yeah.
We would send the VHS to Hollywood with this movie we had worked so very hard on that we made independently. Nobody would watch it. Nobody would respond to it.
Okay.
What it did is it forced us to then go out and make another movie independently without Hollywood. That was our first movie we made after we moved right here to Atlanta, and it was called Twa. Myself and my OG player partner to this very day, his name is Rob Hardy. He and I started Rainforest Films. That was our production company. We didn't want to go to New York. We didn't want to go to LA because we felt like we would be just another small fish in a big pond.
Right.
This is a testament to, I don't care where you are, right? The magic is not the city. The magic is not the market. The magic is not the industry. The magic is you. Right. So we were able to be successful not being in a major film market at that time. We moved right here to Atlanta. This is back when
control your parameters.
Yes,
where you can.
Absolutely,
right.
100%.
Right.
We moved here because the music industry was popping. This back in the days of LaFace, So Def, Organized Noise.
You'll be a fresh start.
We came in like, hey, and you know, we thought we were gonna come in and we were going to be able to produce music videos for all the new hip hop labels that were coming up. DC, we came to Atlanta, couldn't get one music video.
No.
Nobody would hire us. All these people are my folks right now, right? Jermaine Dupri would not hire. Dallas Austin, no.
What?
None of them. LaFace, LA, or Babyface. Nobody would hire us.
None of the faces?
None of the faces. We couldn't get one face to hire us.
Man.
But that's that fortuitous no.
Right.
They all told us no. And what it was that we were the new guys.
Right.
They knew the people. They had cats that were already doing music videos for them.
Right.
It made us then say, all right, we can't depend on that industry. We're going to go out and make our own movie, and we shot our own independent film. That was Twa, which ended up coming out and making $1 million completely independent of Hollywood.
Right.
If we were able to go and do music videos, if we had got told yes instead of no, we never would have went off and shot our own independent movie.
So by
that's what was meant to be.
So by y'all doing that gave y'all the you know, what I want to say, like the dream to say, you know what, just continue to keep going. Stomp the yard.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Now you get into the good stuff.
Yeah, y'all get to the good. Cause now you got to wake up to understand. Because like you say, you are the yes for real. You are the vision.
Yeah.
It took those lessons for you to be like, to get to this point.
No question.
Now Stomp the Yard.
Stomp the Yard.
Tell us about the process with Stomp the Yard.
Stomp the Yard was a movie that we dreamed of making a movie about black college life.
Right.
We took it to Hollywood, and literally every studio told us no. Everybody. You name a movie studio in Hollywood, they said, we are not making this movie. But we didn't let that kill our dream. We adjusted the way that we pitched the movie, and we said, you know what we're going to do? We've been selling it as a black college movie. Now we're going to go and we're going to sell it as a dance movie that happens to take place at a black college. and the studios got
you
that.
switched the pitch. You're getting the same movie,
DC,
just switch the pitch.
That's what we did. We switched that pitch up. All you need is one yes. I
Right.
don't care if you get 1,000 no's. You don't need but one yes.
Right.
We got that one yes. Stomped the yard, right? That was our very first #1 movie. #1 at the box office 2 weeks in a row. Absolutely. And nobody wanted to make it, but
Come
we
on,
made
man.
it happen.
You
Absolutely.
got human hands in
Yes.
here. Come
yeah,
on.
Well, we do. It's
Please. Come on now. Now, you got an amazing book
yeah.
out right now. Who's better than you?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
tell us.
Who better than you?
Who better than you?
Yes. Yeah, because the implication is that there is nobody better than you
Right.
to achieve not medium level success,
Mhm.
not good success,
Mhm.
but great success.
Right.
But to do that, you have to have what I call healthy arrogance.
Mhm.
The most successful people I know have a supreme level of confidence, not just that they could be successful, but
Right.
that they are meant to be successful.
Right.
These are people that believe no matter what, I am predestined
Right.
for success.
Right.
So what I do in this book is I break down stories, and some stories I never told before, over 30 years in Hollywood.
Mhm.
And I'm working around some of the most high profile, most successful people in the world.
Mhm.
And they all have very similar traits. They have healthy arrogance and they dream big.
Mhm.
And so this book is me. It's like a master class.
Mhm.
It's like for somebody that's just starting off or wants to transition into a new career or wants to figure out how to live a more full life. That I'm saying you can do that. And the way to do it is by understanding that there's no one better than you to do it. So the book is out right now.
Talk your talk.
Yeah, man.
And before we go play this game right now against the Bucks,
Yes.
you know, because I got to see this new talent that the Hawks got.
What you think?
I think it took some time for me to evaluate.
Okay. All right.
you
What
know,
is
it's
your
business.
professional sports opinion?
My professional sports,
I'm
because
gonna
these are some of my
Tony
friends.
Wrestler. I'm gonna go whatever you say. I'm taking it straight to ownership.
I had to sit down and think.
Do you approve, sir?
You know, I don't approve of the players leaving
Okay.
now.
Okay.
But I do understand why they had to go.
You understand the decision?
And I understand the value that we got from, okay, so if we traded DeAndre Hunter,
yes,
they gave us 2 players and 3 second-round picks. I'm like, okay, so he was valuable enough for us to get a lot.
That's correct.
So who's ever in control, just utilize what we got.
Do you feel like it's a good long-term move?
Because I'm thinking at it like right now. If I was on the board.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't on the board. But if I was on the board.
If you were.
If I was on the board.
Talk
I
to
would
'em.
say, don't give up too much money up front. They have to work for it. So if that's saying, quote unquote, if somebody signed a bad contract, which means if the Hawks gave up too much money up front.
Yeah.
And now the player is starting to develop on his 5th, 6th year.
Yeah.
You done gave him 150 already. Now he wants 300.
Yeah.
When it's time to negotiate.
Because it only goes up, doesn't go down.
It goes. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, give the new guy the 50, the 40. By the 6th year, 150 sounds way better than that 40.
It would be a lot of NBA players that would hate you as an owner because you don't mess around. You would be stingy AF as an owner.
I ain't stingy.
DC Young Fly would be stingy and friends as an owner.
Because
I'm
if
tell
you
that
think about
right
it right now, like some players getting paid on the bench. I'm just saying, these season tickets, if they was a little cheaper, I wouldn't be tripping.
I can't wait.
They making us pay like we coming to see
I can't
LeBron,
wait. I can't
Michael
wait.
Jordan,
It's the
all
hub.
in one.
I can't wait till you buy your team. I'm gonna be right there.
Listen,
I'm
that's
be
why I
right
got
there.
a little league team.
Listen,
I got to start off small.
You ain't gonna have no stars on your team.
I got a
I'm
youth
gonna tell you
team.
now,
Y'all playing for
still
hope
have a youth team
and Gatorade.
They gonna be playing for compliments from D.
We
You
gonna
did
eat.
good. You did good,
They
Senator.
gonna be playing for pictures.
Way to go, forward. They ain't gonna have real names. On the back of their jersey, it's gonna say forward,
Hey,
guard.
That's what Alabama do. They don't need, you got to work
And
for your
look how they
name.
won, huh? Look
You
at
know
that.
what I'm saying?
Oh,
Don't nobody know who scored.
Black Saban up here.
They
Come
just know
on.
it's 82. But no, OG, man, we appreciate your presence, your time, and everything that you've done for the game. Now
appreciate you,
before
brother.
we go,
Yeah, man.
with your legacy, I don't see it stopping no time soon. I don't. It's just
appreciate
too
that.
much going on out here,
Yeah.
and we need the real directors and the producers in the game, like you say, that can speak for us. Like you said, Stomp the Yard was a success.
Yeah.
You knew it was a success because you are the people. You're there. You're touching it, and
Yeah.
like you said, I want to do something new that ain't been done before.
Real.
They don't understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let me just readjust the pitch.
Yep.
To make it fit comfortable for them.
That's right.
And we still get our point across.
Period.
What do you want the people to remember from your legacy?
You know what? It's very, very simple. It's not what I've done. It's not the $1 billion in the box office or the 10 #1 movies.
Hold
It's
up,
not,
you're not
it's
just gonna walk past that.
I mean,
like
know,
that. Hold up, he said it
that's
like
my
it was
stat. I don't know.
$1 billion.
Are we not giving stats? I mean, we at the Hawks game. I just figured I would just give my stat.
Okay,
talk. You know what it is, though, in real talk? It is the people I've affected.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's you. It's the next generation that looks at me and says, you know what, OG? I'm inspired by you.
Right.
That's what I want to leave behind, right? Mm-hmm. When we all leave this earth, we will be remembered by the people that we touched and the people that we affected. And so I am definitely at that stage right now where I'm trying to make sure that I'm leaving an impact, that I'm making sure that others who encounter me are better for it. And I try to be very, very intentional about that.
Hey, man, you did that, man.
Thank you, brother.
And we appreciate it. And don't let this be your last time.
I'm coming back.
When the next time you drop another movie.
Yeah, if they let you keep the show, you over here hating on the players.
I'm going to be on the board.
Players overpaid.
I'm going to be on
man.
I ain't hating on them.
Is this your last day at
no. What I'm saying is I see what they're doing.
You know what? They love you because you're real.
That's
you're real,
all.
and you have always spoken the voice of the people.
That's all I'm saying. I'm the VOP, baby.
When you walk out here with DC, he can't even walk through the stage like one of the players. Everybody know him. DC, what's up, nephew? Young blood. Everybody knows you. Everybody loves you. Don't ever change.
Come on,
it
man.
just like that.
Listen, we're going to keep God first.
Absolutely.
We're going to stay thankful.
He's all we got.
We're going to stay grateful.
Yep.
Because like you know, we came from the bottom.
Period.
And once you realize when you was at the bottom, you still had the same tools you got now.
Yep.
You just waited for the opportunity.
Yep.
You waited for when it was your time. And when your time came, like you said, you took the yeses with the nos.
Yep.
And you just stayed going.
Period.
That's the only way to win.
Period.
So we appreciate you.
Thank you for having me, my guy.
Hey, ATL, America, Hawks, and friends. We'll be back. Baby.
Chili dogging and coleslawing, baby boy.
Listen, that's some old school. What you say?
Chili dogging and coleslawing.
Chili dogging and coleslawing. Bum. See, I ain't got no theme song yet.
Oh, it's coming.
We ain't got no theme song.
You got a theme song yet?
You know what? Only reason why I said that because this episode is epic. It's not just a regular episode. This one of them ones. This from the dirty side. Huh? What you know about the dirty side? This is a real epic moment right here for the home team.
Man.
And they so hype, I wish they would just be quiet.
We must be whipping some tail feathers.
Oh, yeah, we up by 3. All right, well, make all the noise you want. Okay, because this right here, this episode, we need to stay tuned because we got a pioneer in the game, man. A real South Atlanta legend and 1/4 of the iconic Goodie Mob, Khujo.
Yes, sir. What's my guy?
Baby?
Chili dogging and coleslawing, baby boy.
Listen, that's some old school. What you say?
Chili dogging and coleslawing.
Chili dogging and coleslawing. Yeah,
I gotta get that to. Hey, I gotta get that to my brother. My young brother throw that on.
He throw that on.
Yeah, Flap, appreciate you, Flap.
Okay, we need
that.
that.
On Boulder Crib, appreciate it, fofo.
Man, you know you're an Atlanta legend, man. Like scale of 1 to 10, man. What's your range from being a Hawks fan?
Oh boy, stop. I'm a strong tension.
A strong tension.
I'm a strong tension, bro. I always been home team, man. Yes, win, lose, or draw, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't go with nobody else, bro.
Yes, sir.
I got to go with the home team.
Do you remember your first game?
Man, you know what? The music business got me to go into one of my first games because when I was a kid, bro, I never had a chance. I didn't have nobody to take me to a game. So I just had to watch them on TV. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, this music business got me to my first Hawks game. So this might be maybe like my third one, man. Believe it or not.
Your third game?
I ain't gonna lie.
Out of your whole life?
Yes, bro. Yes,
That is crazy. Now, can you imagine
Yeah.
how even icons, even though they work so hard, it's only his third game in Atlanta Hawks.
Game,
so you know
I've been wanting to come since I was a little kid, but I ain't had nobody to take me.
So you know what that mean, right?
What that?
Atlanta Hawks gotta stay tuned in to the real Atlanta streets.
Already.
We gotta keep bringing these Atlanta legends.
Yes, please.
So speaking of the Atlanta streets, like what part of the city? I know this.
Yeah.
Right
That's all wood.
You know it's all corporate.
That's all wood.
I gotta act like I don't know you, but I know you.
I don't mind telling them.
What part of the city shaped Khujo, dog?
Man, I gotta give it up to the West Side.
West
man.
Side,
Chapel Road, man. Chapel Fires.
Simpson.
Hollywood Road. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Bankhead when they first called it Bankhead. West Side was where I grew up on, bro, team. You know
Yes, sir, man.
Hollywood Road,
Good
Milton
West
Place.
Side native.
Already.
So what was the ATL music scene like back then, man? You know,
Back
especially
then,
like the 90s.
Well, let me take it a little bit further, man, because I got to give it up to, you know what I'm saying, Kilo.
Shout out to Kilo.
Sammy Sam.
Shout out to Sammy Sam.
You know what I'm saying? Got to give it up to Shy-D. You feel what I'm saying? And I can't forget Eliminator, Raheem the Dream. You feel what I'm saying? So that's kind of like who we came up like listening to, you know what I'm saying, before we even got up on the radio. You feel what I'm saying?
So even before y'all got up on the radio, you know, there was spots that, you know, y'all could kick it to. You see what I'm saying? Like especially like the Dungeon Family.
Did dub.
You dig what I'm saying? That was a RIP to Tarico Way.
Yeah, my
You dig
brother.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have too many spots
Right,
where we
right.
could kick it.
Right.
Where y'all could kick it in
Right.
Florida. Because, you know, the South had to kind of like bust through the rap scene.
Yeah.
So, like, explain, like, what's a spot back in the day that you wish that was still here?
So we talking about what, like a club or something like
I
that?
mean, just a regular spot, you know.
Man, I got a 559, man.
559.
559, man. The Velvet Room. Mojo. You know, these were some of the places, man, that you know what I'm saying, people could come and have a good time back then. You
Yes,
feel what
sir.
I'm saying, man? Like people listen to the music and people actually dancing, man, having a good time.
Yeah,
You
right.
know what I'm saying? So yeah, I wish some of those spots was still around, man. I'm pretty sure some spots like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
you remember the kitty?
I
Martin
heard the
Luther
kitty.
King.
I heard the
Martin
kitty.
Luther King kitty.
I heard the kitty.
Oh, boy, it was a
Oh
lot
man,
of cats in there,
hey
boy.
man, I mean Club Illusions. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, on Camilton Road, man.
Because you from Chapel 4, what's the club right there by the corner store that y'all used to have right before you get over the railroad track?
Oh man, oh god.
Is it Elite? What it was?
You got me on that one.
Right
The railroad
down the
track.
corner.
See, the thing was, I still, when I was staying on Chapel Road, I wasn't really old enough to go to the clubs over there. You feel what I'm saying? Cause like they had stuff like the Shrimp Boat over there.
Right.
They had all type of like nooks and crannies that you can go to. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? But yeah, when I finally got old enough, man, to drive, you feel what I'm saying? That's when I started venturing out, man. Because for a minute, I ain't even leave the West Side. I ain't no
People
Greenbrier.
don't understand West
Bruh,
Side. That was our life.
I ain't no downtown, bro. I ain't no Lennox Square. I ain't no none of that. I ain't no Lennox Square until getting with Rico and them at the dungeon.
See what I'm saying?
Cause he would go for a ride. I said, come on, man, you want to go somewhere? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, man, where the hell we at, bro?
Right.
So we don't come back to about 4, 5, 6 hours.
Right.
Dude come back with food and everything, man. Everybody like, man, where you been? Where you been? So Lennox, man. Like, wow. So now, man, West Side was like, that was like my West Haven. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Until I got old enough to venture out a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And shout out to Miss Wade at the dungeon, man, because that was our spot right there, bro.
Right.
I mean, spending night, man, sleeping bags. You gotta worry about your mama and daddy telling you what to do, man. Stay up all night, man. That was a haven for us, bro.
Can you give us a real insight on what the dungeon was for Atlanta, what the dungeon was for artists from Atlanta, and what the dungeon did at that moment?
Well, I can tell you what the dungeon did, man. It gave Atlanta a identity.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because all they thought that we was you know what I'm saying, strip club music, you feel what I'm saying? Party music, which is good, you know what I'm saying? But going in the dungeon, I got a chance to meet people like Gip, CeeLo, T-Mo, these people from different sides of town, you know what I'm saying? East Point, you feel what I'm saying? Southwest Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Here I'm coming over here from the west side, coming to a whole new spot, you know what I mean? But the thing about it is we all was on one accord, and it was like music. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to give Atlanta that name. We wanted to make sure we wanted to make sure people knew who Atlanta was. You feel what I'm saying? So I guess it was just it was just some stuff built up in us, man, that made us come out with that type of music. Cause then nobody sit down and say, hey man, write a song like Soul Food or write a song like Cell Therapy. No, this was just in us. You feel what I'm saying? And man, it was awesome, man, because Hank Aaron stayed across the street from the other dungeon on Adam Drive.
Right.
And we found out while we was doing our Soul Food album that Curtis Mayfield stayed around the corner.
See what I'm saying?
So, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking these guys in the neighborhood, bro. We ain't even know. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying, man, if it wasn't for this music, man, you know, I wouldn't be a well-rounded person. You feel what I'm saying? Because we can get West Side all day.
Always.
You feel what I'm saying? But sometimes you got to get out there and be able to communicate with other people, too. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what the music did for me.
So when Dre said, man, the South got something to say. Remember when he go up there and grab the award?
Yeah.
They booing.
Yeah, they did.
They booing. This
Yeah,
at
they
the
did.
Source Award.
Yeah, they did.
Like at a time, like people don't understand. Like everybody's accepted nowadays in this music game.
Right.
I think being the underdog made it more fun when it's like, oh, y'all don't like me,
Bruh.
What?
Man, we was ready to fight everybody in there, bruh. I mean, we was ready, man. I mean, man, that was just so electrifying. I'm so glad because today I posted something on the Goodie Mob page where somebody had a VCR tape of us on the stage because I was like, man, I thought I was there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then I seen all of us walk up on the stage and we was just walking up there like,
y'all like, what?
yeah, what's up? Yeah, right on, Drake. Right on, Big. Yeah, what? But yeah, they was Bulldogs, but you know what? New York was like that cousin that every time you go of his house, he always picking on you, know what I'm saying? To the next time you come up on there, you know what I'm saying? You give him one, you feel me? So New York gave us some tough love, man. I mean, the next time we came back, boy, it wasn't none of that. It wasn't none of that because we did the Apollo, you know what I'm saying, with the Dungeon family up there, the whole Dungeon family, bro. I mean, Witch Doctor, Backbone, Cool Breeze, I mean, Outkast, Goodie Mob.
Exclusive right now.
And we got up there and did that thing, man. They recognized it and they respected it.
Right.
So it's like they had to respect it because if you can't get past the booze, you might well go do something else. You feel what I'm saying? Because everybody ain't gonna like you. And that's kind of what we ran into because when we was doing the music, we like, man, this shit jamming, bro. I mean, man, we got some songs, you know what I'm saying? But you go to a whole nother region, they like, nah, we don't, nah, boo.
Being called country. Being called, man, what they saying? Man. Being called, hold on, let me set the tone for you. Being called, man, them boy don't know nothing about no rap.
Right.
To see Atlanta.
Right.
Still holding the crown. From what y'all started. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. I'm gonna say that again. Then run it back.
Right.
To see Atlanta holding the crown that y'all started. How did that make you feel?
Man, it's a glorious feeling, bro. Cause it make your journey feel like it was worth the while. You feel what I'm saying? When you get some young cats come up and say, yo, man, I've been listening to y'all music since I was 7 years old.
Right.
My mama put me up on Goodie Mob. Man, I used to ride in the car with my daddy. He bumping Goodie Mob. And then you got artists out here, man, that's just taking that baton, man, and you know what I'm saying, creating careers for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, it's music, but it's a business too. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people that's doing good, man, you know what I'm saying, they feeding their family. So just think if somebody booing you and deterring you from doing your thing, they try to stop you from eating. You feel what I'm saying? But man, the South always really had something to say. It was like we didn't have a vehicle.
A platform.
You feel me? So shout out to L.A. Reid, Babyface, for LaFace Records because they was a major record label. And people was able to hear our music all over the world, not just in Georgia. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, yeah, like my brother CeeLo said, man, we the cotton gin.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it feel good, man, it feel like rock and roll, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is our 30-year anniversary of Soul Food.
Talk your talk.
And man, we still on deck.
And the crazy, let me tell you something. I like for legends to know how long they been legends. Cause that's the only thing with in our culture, we don't respect our icons.
Yeah.
We have more Hall of Famers than any other culture there is. I'm about to be 33, man.
Okay.
That's just letting you know how long you been popping.
Bruh.
You feel me?
You know what? You don't even think about that when you in the mode of making history.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? All you want to do is make sure your verse sound good. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you pronouncing every word right. Cause that's what we was thinking about while we was doing that. We weren't thinking about.
Cause they don't know what they saying.
Yeah,
man, what
man.
you mean? You heard what we said?
Bruh, man, it was and just to be around the group like Gip, Low, and T, I learned a lot too. You feel what I'm saying? Because they made me be who I gotta be. You know what I'm saying? Because they was who they was. You know what I'm saying? And them guys was doing their damn thing, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, bro, I had to hang with the best. I gotta call them boy the best.
But you know, music is what you call that? What is it? Timeless?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
I'm 33.
Yes.
I didn't understand y'all music until I got old enough.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
it was new to me.
Yeah.
But it gave me that same impact like when you first dropped it.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I'm 16 now, catching on to the Goodie Mall way.
Right.
And I'm like, man, I've been, this what folk been rocking with. I've been tripping.
Look, bro, we was like 20-something years old, though. You know, maybe like 26. You know what I'm saying? Talking some real talk. You know what I'm talking about? And just, man, back then we was writing.
Right.
It was like poetry.
The pen.
You feel what I'm saying? That's kind of like, and then Organized Noise coming in with that real ass music, bro. I mean, when you talking about digging in the crates, bro, man, these boys was going deep, man, going into the 70s. You know what I'm saying? The late 60s, pulling out stuff, man. To this day, people don't even know where cell therapy came from. They don't even know where the beat came from. You feel me? So. Yeah, you got to just like anyone. Some of these like Marvin Gaye or Luther Vandross. That's what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You old enough now. You don't have experience now, and now you able to really hear. You able to get past the music,
right?
Past how he sound.
Now I hear the words.
Now you hear what
now
he
the
talking
beat,
about.
everything sound even better because now I can relate.
Like you said, music timeless. It's sitting there waiting for you.
It's waiting for you to catch up.
Waiting
it's like,
for you to catch
hey
up,
man,
bro.
you young.
Waiting for you to catch
but I'm gonna
up.
be here when it's time for you.
Real talk, real
man,
talk.
I appreciate it because you know what? Before we get out of here, I gotta know what is your Mount Rushmore of hip hop?
Whoa. Just
Give
hip
me
hop.
5.
Period.
Yep, 5.
Mount Rushmore is 5 or 4.
How many on Mount Rushmore? See, we it's 4.
It's 4.
All the people that graduated, I graduated, but you know I did 6 months of college.
That's good.
They ain't say nothing about Mount Rushmore at Mays, Carver, or Cream.
Oh, Mays High School on that.
Come on,
Mays
man,
High School class of 1990 already.
1990.
Yeah,
I wasn't
blue
even
and gold.
born then. 92, man.
Blue and gold, baby. Yeah,
To let
blue
you
and
know
gold
how long
Raider.
you've been doing this.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
It's really all about longevity.
It is.
It ain't about, I did that in the 90s. No, you did it in 91, 92, all the way to 2025.
Yeah, but it's about making good decisions too.
Yes, sir.
About making good decisions. But my Mount Rushmore, But see, I grew up on hip hop. You feel what I'm saying? I grew up on hip hop, and I gotta put Public Enemy in there. Because they came with some knowledge. You feel what I'm saying? And they was able to put it on 808s. You feel what I'm saying? Put it on a beat where it was not preachy, that it was entertaining. You feel what I'm saying? So I got to get that to them. And I got to say NWA, bro. I got to say NWA, man, because, man, that stuff that they was talking, bro, I was scared to go to California, bro. I was like, boy, y'all for real?
Right.
Y'all shoot folk like that out there. I ain't going to California.
Right.
Nah, boy, I'm talking about they out of control, bro. And let me see, I got to give it to, I got to put Rakim up there, man. Rakim, Eric B. and Rakim. Eric B. and Rakim, because he definitely changed the rap game up in New York, bro. Because after he came out, folk had to rush and go read a book and go do something. You feel what I'm saying? And I got to put me a female up in there, man. I got to throw Roxanne Shante up in there.
Roxanne
Shante, bro. I mean, she was man, I had a crush on her, bro. Cause
yeah, all y'all did.
Everybody had a crush on her. You feel what I'm saying? But just to hear what she was saying coming out of that little bitty body, and she was rapping like a female, bro. She was rapping like a woman. She wasn't
right.
She was rapping like a real woman, bro. So yeah, that type of stuff kind of molded me into wanna do this, because I remember seeing a particular movie called Crush Groove. And when I seen man, I forgot to put the Fat Boys in there, bro. Man.
You see what I'm saying?
Fat Boys. So,
yeah,
it's 5 on Mount Rushmore,
okay.
man.
Yeah, it's 5 on. We'll carve some more stones out this rock.
Bro. Yeah, man. So, like I said, I got to give it to the brothers and sisters up top in New York because they made some things happen. But it's all about the music evolving.
Yes, sir.
You feel what I'm saying? They just can't stay in one place because it ain't just gonna stay in the A. We want the crown to stay down here. But when somebody get real good at what they doing,
they may take over.
They may do the thing, man.
We'll have to embrace them.
Hey, you got to, man. That's the one thing you got to learn how to do. You got to learn how to embrace the next man that's up. You feel me? Can't hate on the next man. If he good, we got all his ducks in a row. You got to give it to him.
Got to. All right, here we go. We got us a speed round before we get back out here and see our house.
Oh, shit.
Whoop ass. You hear me?
Ready.
Here we go. Album you enjoyed making the most?
Oh, man. Still Standing, bro.
Still Standing. Okay. Worst traffic in Atlanta?
Graded curve, bro.
Ooh.
Coming down 75 now, boy.
They don't understand.
Make you lose your religion, bro.
Boy, they don't understand. Here we go. Sports car, SUV, or pickup truck?
Man, I got to do that pickup truck, bro.
Got to have one.
Pickup.
One food for the rest of your life.
Oh, man. Lamb chop, bro.
Lamb chop.
Bad. Got to have it bad.
Lamb chop.
You hear me? Easiest way to impress a date.
Make be funny.
Right.
You gotta have a sense of humor.
Don't be funny all night.
Nah, don't be funny all night.
Hit her with
You make her laugh every now and then,
Right.
man. Hey, man, you got him, bro.
You got her.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got her. My bad.
Already.
Hey, listen here, man. Hawks and Friends, there you have it. Brought to you another episode with an icon, with a legend, man. Goodie Mob, Khujo. You dig?
Dirty South.
He's a dog.
He's a dog.
It's always gonna be a difference from a player that played great and a dog. That's all I'm saying. If you can take that with you, there's always people that can play great, and then there's dogs. You might want to be a hurt. Dun, 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 dun. Because it's about to get serious, y'all. I don't think y'all understand America. You feel me? This episode right here, we get to talk the talk. We get to dive in, be real analysts. I know this is like a podcast, but we get to talk the realness of how the people feel. Because I am the voice of the people. I am the VOP. I am the energy coach at State Farm Arena. But it ain't about me, because I got somebody that's going to match my energy. Ladies and gentlemen, the People's Insider and the NBA reporter for Bleacher Report, Jake Fischer.
I gotta match that energy. You're bringing it.
Come
You're
on,
bringing
man.
It. It's Wednesday morning or Thursday morning. I had 2 coffees.
Why?
Because I had to match you.
See, white people got to stay down on that caffeine, man. This is all natural, man.
I know. When I was Zach Rissase's age at 19 years old, I had that energy. Now I'm an old man.
Oh, okay. Well, see, you just jumping right into it. How you feel about Richard Schiff?
I like him, man.
You like him or you like him?
I like him, especially after being here, talking to him after practice yesterday.
Oh, he don't talk to me. I be yelling. I be like, Richard Schiff. He just walked right past me.
There's something about reporting to me where you can talk about these players with their coaches, with the front office, with draft scouts who are flying over to France and logging him game by game. When you actually sit down with a kid, he's still a kid. He's only 19.
I hear you.
He's such a young kid, but he has such a clear understanding of it's cliche, but stacking habits and building this thing game by game, which I think is such an important characteristic for someone who is the number 1 pick, who could have a lot of expectations, but has to recognize that this is going to be a years-long process to him getting to being that type of franchise.
But in the
guy.
way that the NBA has shaped and molded these guys, do they really have time? Because they're bringing in new guys that's ready year by year.
It's true. I think he does. I think, especially being here the last couple of days, there's definitely a real energy around this building about we're good now. Like even talking to Karis LeVert last night post game, he was saying we're better than our record, and
Definitely.
we're in the position to play kind of a bit of a party pooper for one of these top seeds in the East. So there's that belief right now, but also there's an added belief and a hope, like you were saying before we went on air, about what this young flock of wings around Trae Young can ultimately become, especially being that Jalen Johnson's not a part of this equation right now. So
and that's a big. You could tell we're missing his energy on the court. And as a Hawks fan, and I've been, I want to say, analyzing and evaluating of, especially when you got other teams and you see them build franchises, right? Like you see them build franchises. I'm from here, and we've been trying to figure out, are they building a franchise or are they just, we don't understand sometimes the business of the game because we done had great players, we let them go. We done had great situations, we just didn't understand how to capitalize, and then it's always looking like the Hawks is starting over from ground zero. As a Hawks fan, as I'm an affiliate, you know what I'm saying, and they rock with me because they know I'm the voice of the people and the energy coach. I know how to get that dog out of them. It's like, now that the people are coming, entertain us, because we want those championships. We want franchise. How do we have a franchise if we don't have a franchise?
I mean, right now,
are we building it off the bird?
Who's the bird?
The Hawks bird? Is we building a franchise off of this? Or are we building a real franchise?
You're building a real franchise off, at least, if you want to go down the list and go to Veet Krejci and go to Mo Gay, like you can keep Terrence Mann, you can keep adding all these guys, but Dyson, Zach, and Jalen, they're all 22, 23 and under.
And I think we keep them. Don't
I think so too.
Let them go.
I mean, you locked in Jalen to a 5-year deal.
Okay.
Dyson's coming up. I mean, I don't want to get too far ahead of the 8 ball here, but he's got the same type of restricted free agency stuff that Jalen just got locked up in last fall. Defensive Player of the Year candidate, Most Improved Player of the Year candidate.
So how you feel about the trade line, like the trade line deadline? Because I didn't know that they still be doing like trades in the middle of the season and.
That's like 80% of my job, so I'm pretty aware of
it.
Yeah.
So, okay, because I was a little offended. I told you, okay, I got to get used to working with the Hawks and not being the voice of the people that the Hawks represents.
You got to do both.
So now I'm like, all right, I can't tell you how I feel, but I can at least let you know my frustration and the people's frustration. We didn't understand the trade at first.
The DeAndre trade?
Are you crazy? Why? Why is he leaving? He's one of our like you said, if we're building a franchise, DeAndre Hunter is starting to be one of our best players. All right? He's developing and he's like, you can depend on him. Okay? We got Trae. We got Capella. We got Johnson. He hurt. Okay. That was kind of like our core. And we had Bogey. Okay, that was our core.
Yeah.
So they started doing the trade line, deadline. People woke up out their sleep. Before you know it, Hunter gone. We got 3 other people, but we got what? 3 second-round draft. That's my phone right there. Grab it. Man, nobody calling me at 12 o'clock. They ask for money. No, I don't need it. Just take it out so you won't hit a little. So we traded him. But just for DeAndre Hunter himself, it showed me how valuable he was, because we end up getting 3 second-round draft picks plus 2 first-round swaps, and we got 3 extra people. So it was like, all right, we was confused about the trade, but it was more so about the value of the trade. And I was like, all right, and just because you ain't come out the first round, that don't mean you ain't good. Because you could be second round, third round, and come out and be a dog. So I'm looking at it as like, that's 3 second-round draft picks, maybe somebody that slipped up on somebody. That's good enough for us to go grab somebody. So we almost got like 8 second-round picks and 2 first-round picks. I'm like, that's a lot of people. And 3 extra people. And I like Man. I like Levert. I like Ning. I ain't gonna lie. Like Levert and Man. I rock with them boys. I feel like we got a lot out of that trade though.
You got to have Niang on the pod. He's the funniest guy in the league.
Man, let me tell you something. I like Niang because he talk.
He talks.
He be talking to the real crazy. He like a Kevin Garnett.
One of my favorite stories ever covering the league. I went down to Philly in like early December 2022, and I was waiting to do an interview with Joel Embiid. George Niang is filming because he was with the Sixers at the time. He was filming one of those like Jumbotron Christmas videos coming up in a couple weeks.
Right.
He kept messing up the card. So over and over and over again, he kept having to go, "Season's greetings," for like a half hour. So now, to this day, when I see him, I go, "Season's greetings."
That's y'all little personal thing.
For sure, yeah.
Do you think the Hawks will be a little further with a healthy Jalen Johnson?
Of course. I mean, I was talking to someone yesterday who said that he has like a +9 wins added, whatever the statistic was. And I mean, like we said, Karras was saying he thinks his team's a little bit better than their record. When you add Jalen into this equation, he's not just 6'10", super athletic, guards across multiple positions. He's electrifying. He is someone who totally changes the entire geometry of the floor,
right?
Because he can rip the ball off the rim, get out in transition, and if you don't stop him, if you don't put a man in front of the ball, he is running right down the center of the court, and he's dunking on everybody.
See, by me being an entertainer, I study people, right? And I played sports. And I'm not going to say that I would have made it this far. But I made it, and I understand their position. And the only thing that I'm missing from them is aggression, is being a dog. So I think with Jalen Johnson, because that's how you tap into your talent. Because even by me being on stage, you got to be a dog. You got to be aggressive. Go out there being funny in front of people you never seen
This
before.
is what I do.
You see what I'm saying? You got to go talk your talk and report the facts. But that takes some type of aggression.
Yeah.
I think Jalen Johnson talent scares him. Because he's such a kid that when he does it on court, it's exciting, and he acts like he didn't know that he could do that.
It's like a superhero
It's like
figuring out what his powers are.
Right. When he dunk on somebody, he be like, you see how everybody go crazy. He like, I can't believe I did that.
Yeah.
As the years go by, he's going to develop such a dog mentality, man.
I think he already has it. Like, you talk to anyone around him.
He got it.
Yeah.
He got it. See, it's a difference. When you get on that court and you know I'm about to put on a show.
Yeah.
It's like a Anthony Edwards. You see what I'm saying? A Ja Morant energy. He's playing Jalen, don't get me wrong. Jalen's just playing with the team.
Yeah.
If he would just so happen to take over and be like, drop my shoulders. Because he like this, like, what you want me to do? What you want me to do? And it's like, listen, sometimes you got to take initiative and be the man.
So you're saying there's a difference between knowing you can and knowing you will and are going to.
Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's like the momentum builds versus him coming in. He already having that mindset, dog set, because it's a mentality thing. I almost got to scare you out of your position to think, damn, I think the Hawks finna whoop our ass. You don't know I've been up all night, but I'm coming in here letting you know, boy, they go Jalen Johnson down. It's just like a Kobe effect. When everybody was playing against the Lakers, you see Kobe down there, you know Kobe finna come in here and go crazy.
Yeah.
Because you know he a dog.
Yeah.
So it's like, now when I see players in the NBA, I'm like, they just be playing because they know the talent got them there versus them saying, let me take over, really have a business.
In his defense, he got paid. He was doing his thing, and then he got hurt. And that kind of has been a bit of a story for him throughout his career.
Because
every time he's been kind of building, he's had an injury setback to kind of deflate the air out of the balloon a little bit. But to his credit, when he has come back,
he always go crazy.
He goes crazy.
That's what
remember those 2 games in LA last year? Those 2 games he had in LA? He was doing exactly what you were talking about.
You feel me?
It was Kobe's house, the house that Kobe built.
You feel me?
He brought that Mamba mentality, and he was dunking on everybody.
He dunked on everybody. But that be what separates you. And it be like, that's why. You see what I'm saying? I don't want you to give him a game or two. even when you think you have a bad game, you still had a good game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I wish Jalen Johnson the best. We praying for a speedy recovery, brother. You dig? And I can't wait to see you be a dog. Now, we got to talk about the OG. He's built the franchise, and this is why I like it. It go back to you being the backup, and now you the face of the franchise. Because you know why? You brought the dog out you. Mm-hmm. You start being the dog. You start owning it. You start claiming it. And that's what happens when you be a dog. Trae Young. Do you feel that, especially how the NBA is, it's politics. They got, you going to be the all-star this year. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knows the requirements of being an all-star. Do you think our OG, our veteran, face of the franchise, is underrated?
It's a good question, because there's this whole concept, right, in sports talk media that, like, you get so overrated, you become underrated kind of thing.
Right.
And I think because the last couple years was this whole experimental setup with him and DeJounte, it wasn't just about Trae anymore, right? It was about those two guys together. 2 all-stars sharing a backcourt, big trade, 3 first-round picks out the door, and kind of all this pressure about, is this fit going to work, as opposed to just how good are these guys individually, right? One guy would get hurt, it'd be their show. There was all this, evaluation about what they looked like separately compared to what they looked like individually. Now you have this situation where it's back to Trae being kind of the main heliocentric pick and roll creator at the top of the key. He's got secondary guys. Dyson has his own on-ball abilities.
Yes, sir.
We see Zach. We see Jalen when healthy. Karras comes in now post-trade deadline. He's uplifting the second unit. But, yeah, like, last night was such an example of how quietly Trae Young can just be an assassin out there. Career-high 21 free throw attempts, knocks them all down. And he honestly didn't even have that great of a game. Like, he seemed a little bit out of sorts. He was leaving his feet a lot without necessarily having a plan with the ball. That's not something we typically see out of him. Jump passes, that's more of like a bigger guard kind of thing, a Tyrese Halliburton, a LeBron James, a Luka Doncic, because when you are that big, you can leave the floor and still be able to survey things. For Trae, he seemed a little bit off kilter, and he's still putting up 30 and 12. So that ability to just produce all the time, it does get taken for granted, because I think there's this notion in the league that availability is the greatest ability.
Right.
To me, it's consistency. That's what separates all-stars from starters, and what separates starters from rotation players, and what separates rotation players from your 12th, your 13th, your 15th man. If you can go out and do X, whatever it is, for Trae Young, it's go out and get 30 and 10 every night.
Easy.
Easy.
With the help of the team.
With the help of the team.
Right.
That does start to get underrated because people take it for granted. So I would agree that there is some type of, I don't know, not appreciating enough for someone his size. Like, he's my height.
Right.
Like, I always forget until I see him in a locker room or I talk to him shoot around, and he's strong. Like, he's not, Steph is still stacked compared to him. For him to be out there against 7-footers, and he gets into the paint, he gets 2 feet into the paint.
He gonna get there.
He's finishing. It really is an impressive just overall apparatus of what he does that I do think gets taken for granted and overlooked because he just does it all the time. And, he gets kind of grouped in with the guys who complain about fouls and the whole, foul baiting stuff that he was really at the center of a couple years ago. That discourse, I think, takes away from appreciating what he does, because also I've said this back to when he was at Oklahoma. His passing is actually his greatest skill set. It's not the ability to shoot from the logo that gets all the attention and the Bleacher Report highlights and what have you. He can manipulate the defense like the best of them, especially at a high pick and roll stuff where all 5 guys are looking at him. He's a maestro, able to look here and fire it to the opposite corner. That type of playmaking ability, I think, gets devalued with him because he can do that, highlight-worthy shoot from half court. That, of course, is impressive in its own right, but from like a winning standpoint, from an engaging the whole offense standpoint, that ability to really have the ball and the whole defense on a string with every single one of your bounces it's really, really special.
I think the goal is longevity now. It's not about listening to the critics or even listening to us. You know what I'm saying? Because we just analysts. We just watching from being a fan. They're actually out there doing it as a profession. But I think now Trey has to kick into his veteran position, which means is I make everybody play better, which means is I got to bring the dog out of all y'all. You feel me? Like, you can't wait for me and then pick up. I got to train. This is my team. You good for this, you good for this, you good for this. If you do that, I can get you the ball. I have 35 assists. You feel me? If you stand over there and
that would be an NBA record.
That'll be an NBA record. But if all y'all getting shots, who have contributed? Who assists you with all those shots? And then, like you said, quietly, you didn't even know I scored 22 points. I'm going to take all the fouls.
He's starting to do that, though. Number one, bringing Zach and bringing Dyson to Oklahoma this summer was such a quiet, behind-the-scenes, OG type of thing to do.
At Dyson.
On the floor now, too, you're seeing Trey hit ahead to these guys, and he's letting them go out and make decisions, which benefits him in the long run, too. It's not like a sneaky, selfish thing. It's a thing that just... it's a rising tide lifts all boats kind of thing where if you've got Dyson, if you've got Zach, if you've got T-Man, if you've got Karis LeVert, if you've got anyone who you have a little bit of faith in being able to create something in transition with the defense on their heels, he hits ahead to them. They put pressure on the defense that allows him.
And he can dish it back.
Exactly.
It allows him to preserve his energy.
Exactly. Right. And for someone who is as dominant on the ball as he is to be able to perform off the catch when the defense is coming at him. He's so shifty. He's so crafty. He can use the defenders, momentum against them. It really adds a whole secondary look to the offense that doesn't really exist when he's just on the ball. So that also takes, I think, some maturity to understand, especially someone who's been so comfortable his whole life, pounding. If I give it up, it's going to come back.
Right.
I think that's something that just in life, not let alone basketball, if you give, you're going to get back more. That's something that I think takes some time to appreciate.
And as a team, when there's a situation that goes good, as a coach, as a coach standpoint, do you start with that situation and then you build around it? Like, you just don't be like, okay, they went out there and played good together, and then be like, all right, I'm gonna just sub, and you be like, oh, wait a minute, did you not just see the dynamic of who you just had on the court? Pay attention to the energy. Pay attention to how they play off each other, because we reporters and we just be watching. You know what I'm saying? We analysts, but like
we reporters,
we are reporters. We just be watching what they think they supposed to do or what we think they supposed to do. Yeah. But as a coach standpoint, right? When you have a certain group out there, you just don't put it to the side like, oh, we just had a good quarter, and be like, no, you got to pay attention to the dynamics and the chemistry. Some people just play better off each other. Now, especially when you're making adjustments, like Big O, our center / power forward going crazy, like him as a starter, they swap position with him and Capella. He has been better as a starter, and I'm talking about to be honest, he's playing better in that position and gaining more recognition because he's playing like a small forward. He putting up numbers like a small forward. You look up, it's 25 points, 11 rebound, 8 assists coming from a center.
What Onyeka does bring, to your point, compared to Clint, and Clint has been a phenomenal pick and roll lob threat dating back to Houston, right? That's always been his bread and butter. And for years, you would always hear, no matter the trade speculation, no matter the contract situation, Trae Young loves playing with Clint, loves playing with a lob threat, and he's a drop anchor in pick and roll defense. But what Onyeka adds, not just on offense, the ability to switch out more. You called him more of a wing. The ability to switch out more, guard on the perimeter, move his feet. Offensively, too, he's got the threat of the shot.
Yes, he does.
He's got a little bit more of a ball-handling bag to him. Kind of more of a Bam Adebayo mold as opposed to that traditional take the top off the defense, rim runner, lob threat type of guy. So he still does bring that, right? He can get up, he can finish, he can really, compete at the rim on both sides of the floor, but he adds that pop element of the high screen action that Trey always, is most comfortable in. And you go back to the days of John Collins where Trey kind of throws that like behind the back little dish for the trail three. Like Onyeka can do that. He's not the most proficient outside shooter, but he has that capability. Which too, what'd you say?
Like 60%.
He's not
from
Karl
a big
Anthony
man.
Towns.
He
can.
But Carl don't play for the Hawk.
Of course. But we're speaking all comparatively and all that jazz. So just having the threat and the fact that you're even saying, oh, you don't think he's that good from there?
What?
Just having that feel,
right?
It makes the defense think. And part of your goal on offense is to be putting the defense in 3-on-2 or in the inverse 2-on-3 situations or making them make decisions, right?
They don't know how we coming.
Exactly. Am I going to be rushing out on Onyeka's shot because he's a viable threat from there, or am I going to be sitting back because he can also play make? So the fact that he can put the defense in those uncomfortable situations where they have to be making decisions that can lead to a breakdown, that can lead to a 4-on-3 or a 3-on-2 opportunity for the Hawks on offense, that's a very key extra degree of what this team can look like, aside from just Trey brings it up, gets a screen, and he makes the play.
Right. I like that. Because Capella, even Capella coming off the bench, it gives the team more energy because he does have a starter mentality, but now he can be the best man coming in at 6 minutes, and he can finish off if you get hot and still get those lobs. So how do you feel about the Eastern Conference? How do you feel?
It's a very interesting conference right now, being that Cleveland and Boston have kind of been the runaway favorites all year. Everything beyond that has been a giant question mark. The Knicks have been phenomenal, right? But they can't beat either of those two teams. They can't beat OKC.
Right.
So everyone's kind of wondering how good actually are the New York Knicks.
Right.
Behind them, you've got this kind of glut of, the Bucks and the Pacers and the Pistons that they're all very different, right? Milwaukee's this old veteran team. They make a big deadline move of getting Kyle Kuzma for Chris Middleton. But the pressure's kind of on. There's been this whole conversation about how good are they in comparison to what Giannis Antetokounmpo wants for a couple years now. The Pacers are the opposite. They're this young upstart. They just kind of got into this contending sphere last year, making a surprise run to the Eastern Conference Finals. You beat them. And, Detroit, from the total depths of the league.
Beat them too.
There's a lot of wins on the Hawks belt this year.
Yeah, we're going crazy.
The Hawks are flying. And then you got Atlanta coming right in there. But behind the Hawks, two teams that have just been kind of decimated by injuries in Orlando, Miami. They've had their own kind of chaotic years. The Heat, of course, went through the whole Jimmy Butler stuff. So to me, it's just so interesting that you've got Cleveland and Boston, but everything else behind them, total question mark. So when you hear Karras say last night, we could make some noise at the 7th seed, I kind of believe him because, you just mentioned every single team. Hawks have beat him.
Yeah.
Pistons have beat him. Orlando's beat him. So the playoffs are generally so matchup based, right? You go to the West, right? Golden State, they're having this whole resurgence with Jimmy, Draymond at the 5.
Right.
What happens if they draw Denver and they have to play Nikola Jokic? So all these matchups are going to be very, very interesting to see how the bracket breaks, because it might not be about how good you are, how skilled you are, how much chemistry you have flowing through that locker room. It could just come down to, do you match up well with that team? And this Hawks team, having all these wings we're talking about, having different center looks that we're talking about with Onyeka versus Clint, having Trey, who we've seen
he could develop
in the Garden.
He could develop now.
He could be the best player on the floor.
Right.
So the Hawks have the total recipe to be some type of playoff wild card, man. We'll see how it all unfolds, because it will be so dependent on who is on the other side of the floor. So for all these teams, for Boston, for Cleveland, for New York, for Milwaukee, it'll be very, very interesting to see how the bracket ultimately breaks out.
Say no more. Okay, now I don't want to be in here and taking up too much of your time because I know you got to go back to Bleacher Report.
I'm here, man.
I'm
here with you.
But now it's time for the rapid fire. We need to have something that come up and be like, rapid fire. Like my face pop up. Rapid fire. All right, here we go. Who is the most underrated player in the NBA?
Underrated player in the NBA. Man. I might say Jason Tatum, even though he's
a champion. Now
he's a
underrated.
champion.
Once you become a champion, you ain't underrated. You letting them folks know I'm a champion.
But not Finals MVP.
But that was hard. That was hard. That was a hard.
For sure. And Jaylen Brown, very deserving. Very deserving.
That's hard when two people are playing very great. Like, it's either him or him.
Yeah.
You can't get mad.
But, I mean, last night, no offense to our Hawks, great hosts here, I had the Celtics Thunder game up on the laptop while I was also watching Atlanta-Charlotte. And Tatum just, I mean, I was a Tatum hater coming out of Duke. Like, I thought, okay, this guy just tunnel vision scorer, takes a lot of bad mid-range, yada, yada. But the way he's developed into being, like, a total pure playmaker, he can do that whole stuff we're talking about, Trey, manipulate the defense, make on-a-rope, one-hand passes to the opposite corner. He's really developed as a playmaker, not just a scorer that I really saw last year in those conference finals against the Pacers when I was covering that series. Mm-hmm. He's just totally evolved beyond get buckets guy. Mm-hmm. And I don't think people really recognize that he kind of is right on par with Trey, with Luka, with Halliburton. If Boston wasn't as rich in terms of having so many playmakers on the perimeter, if they didn't have Jaylen Brown and Drew Holiday and Derek White and Peyton Pritchard, if he was set up to be one of those guys who just comes up and runs high pick and roll every single play, I think people would understand that he is capable of doing that. Because I didn't believe it until I followed them in the playoffs. So that's my answer.
You know why?
Why?
We're going to beat them, too. Ain't about them. Just gave a whole Bleacher Report about Jason Tatum. And we would have been up here talking about our Atlanta Hawks. But you know why he is the way he is? He's a dog.
He's a dog.
It's always going to be a difference from a player that played great and a dog. That's all I'm saying. If you can take that with you, there's always people that can play great. And then there's dogs. You might want to be a dog. Here we go. Favorite Atlanta rapper. Y'all know he don't know nobody.
I'm a DC Young Fly fan.
Hey, my boy. That was a good answer.
Although, in addition to you, I saw 2 Chainz in Atlantic City on Labor Day weekend years ago. Had a table with the fellas. 2 Chainz did his thing.
He did his thing.
2 Chainz did his thing.
That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to 2 Chainz, man. Okay. Favorite player to interview?
Favorite player to interview? I mean, not just to be a homer, but Jalen Johnson last year when I came down here, we talked for 45 minutes. And he had never really opened up to anyone about how hard of an experience he had at Duke. That was really why I wanted to talk to him, because part of why he's so good right now to me is the fact that he has really internalized all of the doubt and the hate that he had. I mean, he fell to 20 for really no reason other than the fact that he had a really challenging season playing during ridiculous COVID parameters at Duke. They were living in this old hotel. I forget the name of it, but it was this dark, dingy, just not what you think of when you think about your college experience, right?
Right.
And he went to practice, went to this hotel, went to a team shoot-around, went back to the hotel, had a team meal, went back to the hotel. Right. And then he left mid-season because just
mentally
it wasn't it. And he got hate for that from, I mean, the Duke fan base is real. It's, I mean, you hear so many fan bases say, oh, like, we're so-and-so nation. Like, Duke has a Duke nation. And it's part of because the expectations are so high to win every single year. So the fact that at the time, I forget, he was probably 22, right? I was just some random guy who flew into Atlanta. We sat down right around the corner after practice, and he just kind of opened himself up to me and was thoughtful and poised and really showed that he's taken this craft seriously. Like, I was trying to say this at one point earlier in the show. In the off season, he's going with his trainer at 6 a.m. in the morning to get shots up. Then he goes back in the afternoon to do a whole other skill work stuff and weight training and whatever. Like, you want to talk about a guy who has that dog in him and recognizes that he's got the potential, but also like recognizes that he's got a long way to go and that he knows what he has to do to get there, and he can talk about it fluently, thoughtfully, conscientiously. That was a really, I remember walking out of this building being like, wow, that's a special kid I just talked to.
You ready to go. What about your favorite coach?
Favorite coach? I mean, Quinn is very thoughtful as well. I will say the guy that I'm walking in his press conference thinking to myself, I wonder what just ism this guy's going to drop right now. Mark Dagnall at OKC is just kind of like a different, even the other night against Denver, I don't know if you saw, he put a player who really isn't in the rotation at all.
Right.
He left him at the scorer's table because the referees technically have to check to see if you want to substitute this guy onto the floor. And he did that because Jokic is so good at just grabbing the ball out of the net and firing it up court. And he was trying to kind of play this mind game with the refs, with Jokic, just to disrupt the rhythm and kind of take some advantage that Jokic has. And it wasn't just the fact that Mark thought to do that. The way he executed it and discussed it and was kind of
like, yeah, that was the plan and it worked.
And teaching the public, yeah. He just has these kind of like chess move ideas, but also like he's got that dog in him. Like, think about it. This guy was a G League head coach, gets tapped to be the NBA head coach, and then he's winning coach of the year.
Talk your talk. That dog.
That
dog. You know what? We should have dog of the year. We should have dog of the year. Yeah. Who gonna be the dog of the year? Cause that's the only way to be great around here. If you gonna be a dog. Listen, you can make it to the NBA. It's so many ways. You ain't gotta make it to the NBA no more. You can go get an NIL deal. You can stop in college. You can go play for the church and still get somebody to sponsor the church. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Amen. So what I'm trying to tell you is they done open up so many avenues for these folks to be great. All you got to do is pick and choose where you going to be, and you got to be a dog.
That's it.
And you can stand out. Man, I think that was a great segment today, man. We should have this with, you know what I'm saying, dog of the year. First of all, we appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you.
We appreciate all your contributions, you know what I'm saying, to the game, and we wish you so much with your success, and we can't wait to have you back. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. What you say? The people's inside of himself, huh? Jake Fischer,
the voice of the people.
Come talk. See, man, but you do your homework. You quick. Are there any like nicknames?
This is the Great Barrier Thief right here.
They give me the Great Barrier Thief. This is the Big Kong right here.
Right. Yeah.
Big Kong.
Wow.
Big Kong? That's
Big
crazy.
Kong.
He just lied on spot.
I told y'all we need some theme music. Because when I be doing these intros, we got to have some theme music so the people can feel what they about to feel. They don't know what they about to get today. Today is an exclusive. And it's such a... Listen, Atlanta, I don't want to take up too much of their time because they actually got to go play. They actually got to go represent ATL. Ladies and gentlemen, America, please make some noise for Dyson Daniels and my boy, Big O.
Yes, sir.
That's good,
yes,
DC.
Sir.
I ain't want to mess up your name.
That's fair. I respect
The
it.
intro was too big. I ain't want to be in here on Onyeka, Okongwu. Did I say it right?
Onyeka, Okongwu.
Okongwu.
There we go.
Yeah, you know what? When you shoot a three, we need to say woo. You see how much I'm putting for the, you know what? I'm giving the Hawks too much time, man. First of all, welcome, brothers.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Welcome. We appreciate all y'all contributions to ATL, man, and to the Hawks, especially to the franchise. And Dyson, I want to give you a personal apology.
What for?
Because I didn't know. When we made the trades, man, I ain't know, man. I don't be paying attention to Australia. Y'all don't know what's going on down there.
Yeah.
It's so much stuff going on in the U.S. I don't know.
Hey, man, I didn't show.
But when you came, and you not only, bro, you get better every game, and you showed us why you deserve to be here, brother. And I just want to tell you that, like, bro, I apologize.
I appreciate that, brother.
I ain't gonna be one no more, but I apologize.
I didn't show what I could do in New Orleans, and right now I'm just getting the opportunity, playing free, so enjoying my time here in Atlanta for sure, embracing it.
And I'm gonna tell you, we got both of y'all back, and oh man, your journey, man. How does it feel, man, for both of y'all to be playing down here in Atlanta, man?
I love it. ATL has been my second home. I love the organization, people I've met here, the food out here, the fans.
Lit.
There's good vibes around here.
Yeah, I mean, I f with it. Like, y'all be turning up, wins, losses, whatever. Y'all be coming out. The city's great. It's got everything to do here. So, yeah, I really enjoy being in the city, around these people. And, yeah, like I said, fans are great. We appreciate them coming, turning up. And, yeah, we're enjoying it this season for sure.
Speaking of turn up, I know you guys have been here for some time now. Like, what are your things that you're doing on the off season, or what are you doing when you're not playing basketball? What are your favorite thing to do in ATL?
For me, honestly, I like to go out to eat. I got a few solid restaurants I go out to whenever my homeboys are out here, my family.
Right.
I do that.
You don't take them to 1201 restaurant? Yeah, yeah. Take them to 1201 restaurant. 1201 Collier Road. Call 1201 restaurant.
Where's that at?
1201 Collier Road.
That near Buckhead? That's right.
Yeah. I ain't gonna take you to the hood, gang. Any place I'm referring you safe. Tell them I sent you. It's right down Ohio Mill.
Okay. But yeah, I eat. Go to Piedmont Park sometimes.
Right.
Take me a little walk. But we play every other day. Can't do too much.
Right.
You said off season.
Oh, he's off season?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Look at little brother. He said off season.
I travel a lot. Not really here a lot in off season, for real.
What's your favorite place to travel?
I'm from LA, from the West Coast. So
you from LA?
Yeah.
So you go back home? That ain't considered traveling, brother. They're going home.
That's fair. But I know this summer though, I'm gonna take some trips somewhere. Figure it out. Travel the world.
Go to Ghana.
Ghana?
Yeah.
Nah, I'll probably go to Nigeria before I go to Ghana.
Go to Ghana before you go to Nigeria.
Why? What's so good about Ghana though?
First of all, the crime rate is super low.
Fair.
No crime for real. Not saying there's no crime in Nigeria, but Ghana is just a place where you'll understand. And it's an experience where when the next time I see you, you're gonna be like, I went to Ghana, and I'll be like, aha. You like, aha. I'm telling you that. It's a great experience.
Okay.
It's a great experience. What about you?
I mean, off season I go home, back to Australia. I enjoy a good beer back home, watch some footy, meat pies, just get back into the culture, what I grew up doing. And, I usually go back for about a month, come back out here, hang around, whether it be Atlanta, LA's like kind of my home away from home as well. I got my agent, my trainer and stuff out there. But yeah, I enjoy golfing. I go golfing a lot, but otherwise, off seasons, get some sun, get a tan.
Right. Staying out the way.
They say I look a little too on the white side of the light skin, so we gotta
get outside a little bit.
Get outside a little bit. I went to Europe last year. That was fun. So really, I just make my plans. Hopefully our season ain't ending too soon. We're going in the playoffs. So
come on now, talk that talk.
Yeah, but when it's done, then I'll make my plans from there.
So you guys have been on this basketball journey for quite some time. Like, when did you guys realize, like, all right, basketball is my dream? Like, when did you first pick up a basketball?
Probably since I was young, like 6, 7 years old. I knew I was really nice.
Right.
I just had all the natural instincts. And when I was in high school, I just knew I was one of the ones. And I knew that the NBA was a realistic goal for me.
Right.
Yeah, you was one of them ones. Chino Hills
finest, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed playing basketball from such a young age. I really started taking it serious when I was probably 12, 13 years old. It's kind of when I started to grow, develop, kind of find, who I was as a player. And then from there, I kind of dedicated my life to it. Moved out of home when I was 15 to, pursue a career. So I'd say from like 12, 13 was when I really, started to, really see my future in basketball.
Now you've been in the game for a minute, and Dyson, you on your breakout year. What is the biggest lesson that you've learned in the game so far?
I think for me personally, I think you can't let your confidence waver. You have, some good nights, some bad nights.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to be able to, even keel, stay neutral, and make sure your confidence doesn't go away. Because in the NBA, everybody can play. We're all talented. We're all here for a reason. So for me, as long as my confidence is, at all-time high, I feel good out there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with O. Confidence, playing with a free mind, everyone's going to have an opinion no matter what you do. The people are going to judge you for it. It's going to be good, it's going to be bad. You're always going to get, you're always going to get the bad end of the stick at one stage of your career. So for me, I can't let what people tell me, affect what I do. I go to work every day. I work out. I know, how good of a player I can be if I continue to put my mind to it. So for me, it's just about going in there, confidence, trusting my work, and really not giving a what people think.
Yo, talk. Got to be that dog, and both of y'all play like dogs, and we've been talking about dogs all day, because like you said, everybody's in the NBA. Mm-hmm. But what makes you different is you going out there, putting your all. You know what I'm saying? Actually being a dog, like showing your skills, and you are top candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. What year is this? 2 or 3?
3. Yeah.
3. Defensive Player of the Year. Like, tell us that feeling. Tell us that emotion, man. Like, what's going through your head right now?
I mean, shit, I came into the season with the goal of first team all defense, and to kind of have my name in that Defensive Player of the Year conversation now, it's special. And my teammates have been really good and just let me be myself in that end. You go making plays. Obviously got Big O at the back, covering me for any mistakes I make. But it's special, to be mentioned in that category. And as a kid, you always want to be the best offensive player. You want to be, the Kobe Bryants, the Michael Jordans,
right.
That sort of thing. But for me, I look at top defenders like Gary Payton, Alvin Robinson, these guys that are really get greedy, get it done. So that's what I want to do.
So you study the game.
Yeah, I studied the game.
You play like you study, because every game you do something different.
Hey man, I'm watching what everyone do. I'm like, move it or lose it. I'm gonna take it. If you don't move it.
I love it.
You were studying Gary Payton?
Yeah, I watched some film with Gary Payton. Him and his son play the exact same as well. They have that special steal they get. I've taken that from them. So.
But okay. Your hand-eye coordination is crazy. Like, how do you know where they're gonna place the ball? Like, it's like they about to go here, and your hand is already there.
Hey, I think growing up, I play a lot of Australian football, which is a lot different, and it's use your hands. You have to be quick with your hands, get deflections, tackle and stuff like that. And I think, being part of that, basketball at a young age, just growing up, doing all those sorts of things, kind of help develop my hand-eye coordination. And then I think it's just a little bit, born with it as well. So I mean, that's what you got to have to be a good defender. And if you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. So.
Have you thought about this? Because when you're so great at something, they always try to come up with ways for you to try to get you to outthink yourself. Reaching in. You're not scared of them at the moment that they're gonna start calling you like fouls for reaching in.
Hey man, we got a lot of fouls this year from reaching in. You gotta know when to reach and who you're reaching on. You're gonna get players that they expect to reach, so they'll bring the ball out front and they want you to reach so they can get that foul. So it's about it's playing chess. Reach when they don't expect it. Straight up when they don't expect it. And I mean, a lot of my steals that come from behind so they don't know what's coming. But it's like a game of chess. These good players, they got good IQs. They know when you're gonna reach and when they can try to draw fouls. So you got to be smart and outsmart them.
I like the way you said IQ, because Big O, your IQ level is at an all-time high right now. Now, I've been watching the game I've been on the court side for almost like 7 years, man. Been watching. You starting, but your game has developed. It's going. You just got a season high 2020, 31 points. Like, explain your process of understanding, like, okay, they're believing in me to start now. and I gotta come in and I gotta represent for my team. Explain that process.
You know, when I got the starting nod back in January, I mean, I was already playing well, but when I got that opportunity to start, I just had to take my game to another level.
Turned up.
Like, it's just all about, confidence for me. I've worked too hard to not, produce out there. As long as I believe in myself, my teammates believe in me, then I can do whatever out there. You said 30 that one time, 20 and 20.
Feel me?
Diamond out there.
Back doors.
You feel me?
So I keep working on my game, honestly.
And you know what? To both of you guys' credit, you guys are having fun. I'm watching y'all play, and it's good to have players out there that got the same passion in the heart as the fans. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't come out there. As much as y'all hear me talk and all that, I really just want to see y'all be great. I really want to see y'all be dogs because I know what you could do. Every time you get a steal, it turns you up. Every time you shoot a three as a big man, especially when times when big man wasn't shooting threes, like you dominant. You got a triple threat. You can work the paint, you can dribble, and you can shoot. Like on the off season, explain when you're trying to perfect the shot and knowing that they may not want you to take that shot.
I mean, like I said, I work on my game. I work on my touch around the paint, handles. I've been working on my shot for the last 3 years. My teammates know. I tell them, like, if I get it on the perimeter, it's going up. Like, it's going up. I work too hard not to shoot the ball. But, you got to rep it out. Mornings, game days, always get up threes, and, it translates in the game.
So even when you guys are warming up, I heard there's competition. There's a lot of one-on-ones being played. Like, are they allowing y'all to play like rough with the one-on-ones and warm up before the game?
I play ones pregame.
Okay.
Against one of the coaches. They can't guard me. But yeah, I mean, it's what happens in the game. I want that, physicality. I need that competitiveness before the game so it gets me ready for the actual game.
Dyson, man, this is outside of basketball now, because a lot of people don't understand that you guys like have y'all own hobbies outside of playing basketball, because a lot of people think that just basketball is just you guys' life, but you need something to balance it out. Now you out here, you DJ Manning Fresher, what you doing, man?
Oh, yeah, I'll be on the ones and twos, man. I enjoy doing that. I have some friends back home that taught me how to do it, so whenever I go back home, I do a few sets and stuff like that. So I enjoy that, man. I enjoy the music. I enjoy finding music.
You're a DJ?
Hell yeah, bro.
Why don't you know this about your team? Why did you finding out so much new stuff?
He loves EDM. He
yeah.
loves EDM. Plays it.
That's why you play like that.
Plays it in the weight room. I'm like, bro, what the fuck am I listening to?
Hey man, we gotta get this. My teammates coach, man. I come throw some EDM on some house. They got no idea what this shit is. So
house sucks.
It turns you up.
Yeah, it turned me up, bro. They want to listen to rap at 7:30 a.m. It's like, come on, bro.
R&B.
So you can't listen to music with words, but you can listen to this.
Oh no,
at 7:30 in the morning.
Listen, like some light house in the morning, just to wake you up, and then after practice, when it's 1 o'clock, 12, 1 o'clock, that's when we get the get everyone jumping. So
no one's jumping. Nobody's jumping.
Me and Bogey, when he used to be on the team, we got that European style. But yeah, I'm gonna take some of my teammates to Europe this year and show them what's really about, because that's where you get that.
You know what? Have you talked to Shaq?
Nah, I haven't yet.
Shaq a big time DJ
he
now.
Does, yeah. I seen some of his sets, so yeah.
Thinking about retirement, DJing they pay big money.
Exactly, they do for sure.
You going to Europe this summer?
Yeah, I'm going to Europe every summer.
Where you going?
Probably like Mykonos and France, south of France.
I've been to south of France.
Cannes, Saint-Tropez.
Okay. I'll pull up.
Okay.
Bonjour, oui, je m'appelle.
Je m'appelle.
That's all I know. I don't know nothing else.
Take Zachary Ricochet, King of France.
King of France, man. Shout out to Ricochet. Man, okay. You guys be fresh. Is that a thing now? To be super fresh, to have that little walkway shot before the game? Because I be seeing y'all be dripping.
Question for him. Go ahead,
hey,
bro.
man, I just enjoy dressing up. Fashion is part of the game now,
Right.
A lot of people are putting it on. And for me, yeah, I enjoy dressing up. I get some good flicks, get the Instagram account going. But, I mean, it's just a passion of mine. I like being in the fashion industry. So for me to go shopping in big cities, find new things. It's one of my passions that I enjoy doing. Gets me out of the hotel room.
So this is my question with you guys, man, because a lot of players, you see players come and go. You see players, they in it for the money. You see players that they just like you say, there's a lot of people in the NBA. What do y'all want from the NBA? What do y'all see yourself doing in the NBA? And when it comes to the Hawks and the franchises, do you rather play with the Hawks, be here, have a selected team, and just build from here? Like, what do y'all see?
I love ATL. Love the Hawks, the organization. I'd want to play here as long as possible. But, sometimes, as the deadline, some shit just doesn't go your way.
I didn't even know we had another deadline.
But overall, I mean, the NBA, I just want to be able to play as long as possible, take care of my family, make as much money as possible, and have fun. I love playing basketball. I have a lot of fun doing it. And it's, passion for me.
Yeah, I mean, the NBA, it can be, it's a great business. Let's put it that way. And you want to be in a spot where you're welcomed, you're loved, and people around you care about you. And I think here with the Hawks, the organization really cares about you. Your teammates care about you. The fans care about the sport. So you just want to be in a, the Hawks is a great organization, but I think the culture that the Hawks have and the camaraderie that it has is something that you want to be a part of for sure.
When y'all came into the NBA, okay, I want to take it back because y'all living a dream that a lot of people wish y'all playing how we thought we could play in our head. we don't play this good. Draft day. The moment they called your name, the moment you put on that NBA jersey with your name on the back, and the moment you walked on that court. This is a real NBA moment. Explain when your name got called for both of you. How was that feeling when them folk call your name? Because everybody's name don't get called.
Yeah, I mean, I was in LA during the draft. I got drafted during COVID.
Right.
So I had a big party at a house. All my homeboys were there. It was a big bash. Like, it was real fun. But when I heard Adam Silver call my name, it's like, damn, we finally made it.
We there.
Finally here. It was just so surreal, and I'll honestly never forget that moment.
Yeah, I mean, you put your, as a kid growing up, that's what you dream of, hearing your name called and walking across the stage. And for me, to be there in the green room, hear Adam Silver call my name, go up there, get my hat, get my photo, it's surreal. And, it's a moment that you'll cherish forever and you'll never forget. And, I mean, that's definitely, to this day, probably top 3 moments in my life for sure.
Before we get into the rapid questions, I just want to know you guys' energy. I want to know you guys' insight on the Atlanta Hawks, where we are right now with the team of players, with the conditions, with everything we had to fight. Now that the trade line deadline is over, these the people now until the next trade line.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Atlanta Hawks?
I feel like we're, getting some momentum, 4-game win streak.
Mm-hmm.
I feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Wish I had my twin out there, Jalen out there.
Mm-hmm.
But, he's hurt for the rest of the year. But, I think we're a playoff team, and I think we're going to make some noise come May.
Yeah, I think we're one of those teams that, can be dangerous, come playoffs. And obviously we're 7th seed right now, so if we are going to make the playoffs, it's probably going to be against, either, Boston or Cleveland. It's just gonna be a battle. But we got a great team. We got a great young core. Obviously, missing Jalen. Unfortunately, he went down. But we got guys stepped up. We got a really good team that can do some dangerous things come playoff time.
When it's time to step up, because I see people roles changes. When it's time for you to step in and start, or when it's time for you to take on more minutes. What is that going on in your head? Because there's a preparation for everything that you do. Because like you said, it's strategic with basketball. You're gonna play 12 minutes. All right, you're gonna play 16. You already know what you're gonna do. When them folks look at you, be like, we need you for 32 though. We need you to go in. We need you to start. We need you to go in and be the man tonight. What does that take you?
doesn't really affect me. You know, I've been doing this for years.
Talk your talk.
Doing this for a long time. You know, all I gotta do is make sure I take care of my body, eat well, hydrate, and, you know, play ball.
You got to be ready. You got to be ready no matter what. You know, you get your opportunity, you got to go grab it. Someone else is waiting for that opportunity. So if you you know, you don't want to let anything slip, because next thing you know, you could be out the league. So you just got to take the opportunity, go out there and make things happen. And if you do that, you'll be fine.
Do you guys hear us on the sideline?
Oh yeah, that's
so
what
y'all
this
hear
is
everything.
going.
So do they train y'all to be like to just keep looking forward? Like y'all will walk past us. We be like, Dyson! He heard me.
Hey man, I got DC on this side. I got Boozy on this side. You know, they're just talking whole game. I love it. You know, get me going for sure. But
Listen,
I gotta recognize them all.
Listen, I gave you a nickname, D2.
Yeah.
Dyson Daniel, D2, 2D. Okay, I'm just letting you know where it came from, D2. So you ever hear that down the line? Hey man, D2. What I told you last game, take over the paint.
Absolutely.
But boy took over the paint. That boy went crazy. Listen, they hear us. It's like, I told you I'm the energy coach. I'm the voice of the people. Even though I'm not in that huddle, as they walking, I know they can hear me. So I kind of like say something that can motivate and that can just bring the dog out on. And when they go out there and they play like dogs, man, the Atlanta Hawks rise every time, man. Every time. Okay. The locker room, first of all, you see LeBron, they got handshakes and they do all that. Like, are there any, like, nicknames? Because, you know, I just gave you D2. That's my own personal nickname. Do y'all players have any nicknames for each other or personal handshakes? Because that's too many handshakes to remember.
This is the Great Barrier Thief right here.
They give me the Great Barrier Thief. Like, you know, G especially be calling me Thief. I like it. You know, it sticks. You know, Great Barrier Thief in Australia, so we'll take it. But this is the Big Kong right here.
Right. Yeah.
Big Kong.
Wow.
Big Kong? That's
Big
crazy.
Kong.
He just lied on spot.
That was crazy.
He just lied.
He just made up one.
That's what George been calling you. That's what George been calling you, bro.
George, G-Wagon.
The Big Kong. Yeah,
George is the minivan.
Right.
The big G-Wagon.
Nah, I ain't got shit. I got Big O, Double O, Oski.
Okay.
I heard the Rim Wrecker from somebody.
Rim Wrecker?
They from Bob.
Okay.
Shout out Bob.
Okay, shout out Bob, Rim Wrecker. Okay, that what's up. Okay, now, we on to something. We on to something since we already in here and we talking about this. Who's the funniest teammate?
Funniest teammate.
Don't tell me I'll just be serious all the time.
I mean, right now it's probably George. You know, he definitely allowed us.
Probably is George.
He speak his mind, man. You know, whatever at the top of his mind is going to come out his mouth. So,
don't do me like that.
he funny for sure. But you know, we go everyone pretty funny in their own way.
Okay. Who had the biggest game winner on the team?
Trey.
Nah.
That half court against Utah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, he did.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that one's by far.
I was gonna say the one where you stole in ski, hit the little Euro.
Nah, Trey's is better than that.
But I forgot about the half court one.
But you stealing it, and then who you gave it to Levert?
Levert, yeah,
yeah. And then we got I was there in Memphis.
Yeah.
I
you
ran
was turned
out
up.
of the court. Hey, I gotta start traveling with y'all. That's the first time, boy, you get to talk trash to the whole arena.
Man, I heard y'all and T was going at it the whole game.
I'm talking smack. Every time they gave y'all a call, I'm out there like, shut up. Everybody shut up. And I'm like, I hope they let me on the bus because I ain't gonna be able to walk up out of here by myself. Okay, now y'all be in this ATL traffic. Which one is bad? Is it LA traffic, Australia traffic, or ATL traffic?
LA's the worst for me.
LA the worst?
Yes.
I mean, ATL definitely worse than Australia. Especially when I'm going to the arena. It's like 2 miles, 45 minutes. It's just crazy. So
I think LA's
we got potholes and all that. Like, you got to watch. You got to look at the road. It's too much to watch. You got to look at the road, people. It's a big, you got to have some big ties. Okay, now, Dyson, who is the toughest player you ever had to guard where you like, man, I can't get a steal on this
motherfucker? Right now it's SGA. You know, I think he's just above everyone else right now. He's got the game. He knows what to do. He's got everything. He's got the step back. He's got the quickness, the pace, the mid range. So, credit to him, man. He's worked on his game, man. He's tough to guard.
Who's the toughest you had to guard? Like you knew you like, man, he working out. Like he backing me down, but like,
hey,
man,
this
what's
the
in your
Jokic
shoulders,
stopper.
man?
The Jokic stopper right here.
Don't say that before he hears it.
You the Jokic stopper.
Yeah.
He the Jokic stopper.
That's the nickname.
You ain't talking about the dude that run down the court like this.
Yeah.
He the Jokic stopper.
He be moving out there.
I don't know how he move. I don't
He
know
be
how he's so
moving out there.
athletic.
He's athletic.
He's
Fuck all that.
athletic.
He athletic, yo. But he's tough. And you know, another sneaky one is Sengun.
Yeah.
No, he has touch with both hands. He's strong. I'm just like, damn.
So is it a hook shot? Is that hard to defend? Because you don't know which way they're going to take. They may.
Yeah, depends. Some people, yeah.
I mean, to somebody who's a stopper, he's studying nothing.
It's like,
okay, here we go. Now, this one right here, it's going to be a little thing we just started. Something going to pop up like a little cartoon. It's called Speed Round. Like, here we go. All right. Speed round, because we know y'all got to go to practice, because we got a game tomorrow, and we going to tap that ass. Here we go. Favorite NBA city to play in?
can I say LA?
I mean, that cool. We ain't tripping. You like to play there. Don't say you play
Phoenix.
for them.
Phoenix, actually. Phoenix. Phoenix is fun.
Phoenix cool?
Yeah.
What?
Boston.
Okay.
I hate playing in Boston.
Why?
Bro, I feel like they don't miss a shot in Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the atmosphere different.
Yeah.
That's
But you said LA, and then you switched to Phoenix. Like, hold up. Hold up.
I'm from LA, so I'm going to say a different city. Phoenix.
Okay, cool. But what about Phoenix that makes it stand out, though?
It's always a good time in Phoenix.
Always a good. You got to say no more. Here we go. I know. First NBA jersey you've owned?
I had a Damian Lillard jersey when I was like 12 years old.
Why'd you make him sound so old, my man? Come on, God. He still play with you.
He a little old? Like what?
I know, but you
wait,
made it
34?
seem like I had his jersey when I was 12. He's still in the league.
That was my first one.
Mine was Westbrook when he was with the Thunder. So
Westbrook. Okay. Well, I wouldn't say pregame nap, yes or no, because we know they like to listen to EDM. So ain't nothing but. Here we go. Player you look forward to matching up against the most. But yes, a little rival.
Brunson. Yeah.
Okay.
Giannis.
Giannis.
I always like guarding Giannis.
Y'all shut them down last time.
We lost last time.
We lost?
Yeah.
But he didn't play. Did he play?
One before that, we got him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't
But
played.
did he play the last game?
He played
the
last
last
time,
one.
He
Yeah.
played the last game? But he ain't scored that many points, though. Right.
Below his average.
Yeah.
So I did my job.
Why? See what I'm saying? But we ain't playing this shit. We ain't playing. Yeah. I love you, Giannis, but you ain't do nothing when you play this. Okay, here we go. All right. If you wasn't playing basketball, what career would you be pursuing?
Damn.
You'd be DJing, man.
Yeah, DJ. Fuck that. I'll be on the ones and twos, man.
Talk your talk.
Exactly.
And somebody be telling you like, man, you should have played basketball.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I'd be a doctor.
Hell no.
You sound like
Hell no,
you
it's
good
crazy.
with diagnosis.
You went to USC.
Like you ain't
actually.
sick,
Smart school.
but you sick.
Yeah. Type.
Right. That do make you feel better. You be like, you know what? I feel like I got a chance to live. Right. That's my man. All right, man. Listen, man. We love y'all, man. First, I'm going to say it again. We appreciate y'all contributions to this franchise, man, to Atlanta Hawks, man. And anytime you see the fans over there, we yelling, bro, it's coming from passion, bro. It's coming from love, bro. Like, we really want to say we love y'all every time y'all do something great. And we don't even care if we lose. We still love y'all. We're going to ride, man. It's just the principle that y'all are representing the city. When y'all put that jersey on, man, I'm from Atlanta for real. I'm born and raised all day, every day. So when y'all out there represent my city, man, we appreciate that.
For sure.
And we got y'all back. And I can't wait. I ain't saying I can't wait, but every time it look like y'all be about to squabble, hey, what I be saying over there? Hey, we come on the floor down here. You not touching them players. You hear me? We love y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. ATL, huh? Hawks and Friends. None other than Dyson Daniel and Big Double O.
DC, man, appreciate you, dog.
Appreciate that. Thanks, DC.
I appreciate y'all.
For sure.
I know the people at home like, man, is he the president of the United States? I wish. And matter of fact, I think he gonna run in the next 3 years. Today's guest is an OG from Atlanta, born and raised, UGA graduate. He worked for Coke. He worked for Turner. He's the chairman of the aquarium. He's the CEO of our very own Atlanta Hawks. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Steve Koonin. Come on, y'all.
That was an amazing introduction. Just a reminder, it's an empty building behind us.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, but we got a little crowd in here, Steve.
Okay.
As the CEO, man, like, what is the number one job for you when you enter this arena, this establishment? Because I done saw you a couple times, Steve. You be chilling, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
You be acting like you ain't who you is. You know, I can see everybody move out your way. You just sit down. But what's your number one go-to when you come in here? Like, what's on your mind?
I want people to have the best experience that night, and it starts at the Hawks game.
Mm-hmm.
I want to excite Atlanta, entertain Atlanta, and we want people to come here, and it demonstrates Atlanta, which is all of us who are different come together and celebrate one thing, and that's a Hawks victory.
Now, I wanna know, because everybody probably done been through this. What's a player that we got rid of that you wish we wouldn't have?
I'm going to try to go back so it's not under any administration.
Come on, Steve.
You know, it's interesting. I'm not sure there have been a lot of all-stars developed on other teams that have come from our roster. I'm not, you know, I don't have that. You know, Kevin Willis was with us for a long time and ended up playing 22 years, and Kevin's been a great friend of the organization. But in contemporary times, you know, you don't look back. You make the moves and you keep going.
So at this state, what do you think is needed for the Hawks?
Well, I think you see Risa Shea. He's had a fabulous
He's
rookie
doing his
season.
thing.
You know, he's 19 years old.
Yeah, he's a kid.
19 years old.
He's a kid.
Then you got Dyson Daniels, who's in the conversation for comeback player of the year.
Talk.
Defensive player of the year.
Talk.
He's 22 years old. And then Jalen, just 23 years old. So you have three players that are definitely on the rise.
Now, but you know, we like to do a little digging. And we end up doing some digging, Steve.
You are an investigative reporter.
We do some investigation. Who is Stevie K?
Well, I'm a grandpa now, which is fun as hell.
That right?
3 kids under 4 years old. Wait, yeah, 4, 3, and 3 from my 2 kids. I am hopefully one of the biggest cheerleaders for Atlanta.
Right.
I am somebody who wants to give back to the city that's given me so much, and that's the aquarium and Metro Chamber and other things I'm involved in. And I love my friends, and I like to have fun, and I am a monster sports fan.
But see, Steve, like I said, you keep downplaying your role, man. We gonna keep digging. We gonna keep going in the past. Now, like you say, you over there at the aquarium. Now, only somebody with this type of status can pull moves like the move I'm about to say. Now, you got Jay-Z and Beyonce. They don't even know they want to come down here, but you know what? I just want to go see some fish.
I toured her last summer at the aquarium.
Nobody there.
Nobody there.
It's just
her
them.
and her family, and possibly the largest human being I've ever seen is her bodyguard.
Right.
And she was lovely. We spent 3 hours. Her kids had free reign of the place.
Right.
We did very well in the gift shop that night.
Right.
No discounts. They don't need it. And, you know, what the aquarium symbolizes to me is the resurgence of downtown.
Right.
So I've been, you talked about where I've worked. I've worked within a mile of this arena my entire career. Between Coke, Turner, CNN Center, and now where we are at State Farm Arena. And the aquarium started to lift downtown. Now there's restaurants on Marietta Street. Now there's multiple hotels. Now we've started Centennial Yards across the street from here, who have 2 towers that have come out of the ground, and a lot more coming. In fact, you know, there's going to be a great concert venue there that I know you can fill this place, but on your off nights, you go fill that place.
Yes, sir.
Work on new material and
Yes,
put
sir.
some dough in your pocket.
Yes, sir.
And mine.
You talking that talk.
Yeah, I know.
Now, because everybody contributes to the community in a different way. And to hear you contribute into all of these, you know, these monumental things that we have that's for our city, like, explain to the people the process of saying like, okay, this is what I've done this for. This is what I came back to contribute for moments like Jay-Z and Beyonce. They come in here and have an experience.
He didn't want to go see the fish. She did.
Who? She did.
Jay-Z stayed in the hotel.
He stayed in the hotel. All right, well, Beyonce did.
She did.
Oh, she did.
She was here.
So
and her mom.
So explain to the people like this is the reason why like you've came back to contribute for these type of moments for people to have about our city.
Yeah, I mean, I want to show this city off to anybody and everybody. You know, Will Ferrell's coming here to shoot a movie in a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We reached out and said, love to have you at a game.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, he's a pretty good hooper.
He definitely will. Come on now, you know we need somebody to back up Trey anyway.
There you go. You're thinking the same way I am.
You say you want somebody young, so I don't think Will.
Well, but I didn't go as far as having him on our active roster for the playoffs.
Okay, he can go to the Skyhawks now.
Yeah, their season's over. I was thinking if, putting together some, practices over at the practice facility.
Right.
Or having Will come to a game and,
him and Adam Sandler can ball too.
That's true.
Right.
That's true. But
you need to have a celebrity game, Steve.
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
I got to.
Well,
I know. Be the coach now.
You work with us now. You're gonna be a captain. You're not gonna be a coach. Captain.
You're talking about on the team, Steve.
You're gonna be on the fantasy team I'm making up as we talk.
Is this recorded? Because I don't need nobody to go back on their word.
There's nothing in these cameras. Sorry.
Oh my goodness, Steve! Hold up before we gotta go because I don't want to hold you up too much time. Now
take your time.
We got some real on the go questions right now, and we want to know your input. Worst traffic in Atlanta.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
Worst traffic in Atlanta.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question.
Well,
there's bad traffic in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Well, that's because everybody wants to be here.
Why? Cause we the best, Steve.
I told you I'm the cheerleader for Atlanta. I'm not going to take the bait on this shit.
Come on, I see where you going, Steve.
Isn't that traffic?
Hey, Steve done been interrogated before. He said, what you
Narnia in Atlanta.
Right.
And the traffic in Narnia sucks.
Okay, here we go. Because a lot of people don't know the back road. I'm from the west side, Steve.
I know the back roads.
I can take you to a couple back roads.
Can you get from here to the airport without getting on the highway?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going straight up Hateville.
Right. To Stewart Avenue.
Right.
Yeah.
Steve, what you know about Stewart? Hey, Steve, we got to go to Blue Flame after this, Steve.
That'd be interesting.
Now, do you know about Blue Flame?
I'm going to pretend I don't. Is that something the gas company puts on? Georgia Natural Gas.
You know what? It do get hot in there. Yeah, I see where you're going.
I see where you're going, and I'm running the other way.
My boy Steve. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Favorite place to eat?
Oh, that's tough because I go to a lot of places to eat, but I love what Gio does.
Oh, what that's it? That's on
Antico
the
Pizza, Gio's Chicken, right?
Gio's right on across the street from the gas station.
Exactly.
Right, you can eat outside.
Yeah.
They got the lemon pepper chicken.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, a good taste. Yes, sir. That boy in the streets. That boy Steve in these streets. Here we go. How do I get into the owner's lounge though, Steve?
Ask.
I don't know why I've been asking the wrong people.
Yeah, you have. I'd love to have you.
So basically, I just need to say, go get Steve.
Yeah.
Say no more.
Or send me a text and say, I'm going to be there tonight. And I'll say, okay, I'll meet you in there.
Just don't walk past me, Steve, because they're going to make me look bad.
No, I will come get you.
I
know where you sit. You used to sit next to me, then you moved. You dumped me.
Did I not just say all that? I said, I used to sit next to Steve. Steve just be chilling.
We need to upgrade.
I gotta
get
close.
away from him. No,
I love you, Steve, but I got to get close so they can hear me.
I'm sorry. We were on the third row.
We was on the
third.
third.
And I can't hear you, and you are funny as hell.
But I feel like y'all put like a blockage for the players or y'all train them to not talk to us.
It's a basketball game, not a comedy show. The show comes after the game.
No, but they got to feel it.
We threw some 7-year-olds out for screaming, Trey, 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 when they were in the huddle.
Yeah, they can't keep doing that.
No, 7-year-olds got to behave.
I understand
Can't come
that.
here and cause trouble.
So check this out, because I'm a fan favorite of these. Have you tried the chocolate chip cookies? You the CEO.
Oh, yeah.
Them chocolate chip cookies.
They are my death. They are. I ate a corner of one.
If you're a diabetic, do not sit down there.
No, we got good cookies. And in the owner's lounge, they're even better.
They even better?
They're even better. Homemade here.
All I got to do is ask.
Just ask me.
What? I'm not asking nobody else but Steve. Here we go. Best thing about being a CEO of the Atlanta Hawks
is that I can help bring the community together. We can support things. Samir has a midnight basketball program for young people. They believe in the facts show that it helps kids get off the street, conflict resolution. Boom. One phone call. Yes, Mr. Mayor, we're going to support that, and we're there. When COVID hit, we took our 28 courts that were in Atlanta and we turned them into pop-up grocery stores and fed many communities. And when we got great feedback for feeding communities, but we heard that seniors couldn't wait in line to go get their food, we pivoted to a home delivery service. We did something we called Healthcare Heroes. After you worked a shift during the first weeks of COVID, and you work 14, 16 hours a day, the last thing you have time to do is go grocery shopping and make food at home. And a lot of frontline workers were actually being booed in grocery stores. People were scared. They didn't know what was on them because they work in hospitals. We assembled a bunch of restaurants here, turned them into commissaries, and provided them meals to take home to feed their families. So sports are the thing that brings people together, brings you and I together. Most likely I wouldn't know you, except in the TV business, because I think you're wildly talented and want to put you in 10 shows.
Talking about Steve,
yeah, I know. Can't go back. But we're in a position where we can do a lot of different things that make this city better.
Yes, sir.
And writing checks and giving money to charity, super important. But doing things is the essence of what we do.
Yes, sir.
And that's what I'm the most proud of.
Well, OG, man, I wish we could talk all day, man, because at this point, I feel like we best of pals. Because all I'm going to do is ask for Steve. I'm not talking to nobody else in this building, man.
We will change phone numbers. And I see on my screen DC Fly.
And I'm pulling up.
Could tell them to pull a couple of cookies and put them, because you put a couple of cookies in.
What you said?
I'll give you my share.
You said I need to eat.
I'm saying you need good cookies.
I do need some good cookies, Steve. And then after that, and when you look out for me, I'm going to look out for you. Once we leave the game, we're going to the flame.
Oh.
Yeah, and and guess what? I'm Steve Koonin in now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I wish you well.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. But look, from the city, man.
Is that what AF stands for, After Flame?
See? My boy Steve, man. Hey, you see him. Hawks after. Come on, man.
Because that's a permission slip from my family.
Right? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. That, Steve, I don't want this to be your last time pulling up on me, man.
Why would it?
We here.
We're here.
This city appreciates you, man. We got your support.
And we support you and appreciate what you do for our city. And you're playing this building soon.
That's all we want to do. We just want to keep bridging the gap and building up the community.
Absolutely.
That's what we doing, man. Hey, America, ladies, gentlemen, none other than the CEO, man, Steve Koonin. We're going to the flame. Come on, Steve.